Hey guys, welcome back to the Money Mentality Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Agnelli, here with my co-host, Peter Price. Fuck.
Almost forgot his last
I just glitched again, bro.
I think we should run with that.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Money Mentality Podcast. I'm your host, Nick Agnelli, here with my co-host, Peter Price. And our guest, Reed Ferguson. I just...
Hey, everybody.
Hey, everybody.
So we can use the first one.
I'm back. But you didn't even see the first one. I'm back. I'm back for the second
Yeah, I
time.
think I let the whole thing around.
Yeah, okay.
We've done that before. When we fuck up real bad, you just keep it all in, and then that's all good.
Back for the first time.
Yeah, so we had Reed on in October, and we had some technical difficulties, and long story short, we lost the fucker, and the camera fucked up that episode. We were still learning. We were in adolescence, but...
I don't think I've told you this, Nick. I've paid like $250 to try and recover those files.
I heard that.
With no luck.
I heard that.
And because it was gold.
It was such a good episode, bro.
Yeah, man. I was so fresh. I was very frosty that day.
Yeah,
you did come in a little nervous.
Well, yeah. I mean, I didn't know what I was getting into.
Sometimes that fuels the fire.
I also think I was like, I was kind of hungover too that day, I think too, and I was like, fuck, I'm hungover. Like, this is bad. Like, I'm not gonna be like on.
Mm-hmm.
But
you were on.
But I was always saying like, you guys, I was like so impressed how you guys just keep it going and like keep the thing moving. Because I thought I was gonna have to like you were gonna sit here and just stare at me.
Reed, tell us your story.
Yeah, and just be like, okay, you just carry the thing. I was like, oh fuck. That's what I was nervous about. And then right when I sat down, like, and you were fucking like, okay, here's what's, and I was like, oh shit, okay, this is like a real, this thing is all set up.
Yeah.
I was also pretty impressed with you at one point, I remember, because when we had like a technical difficulty and the camera fucked up, we finally got it back up and running, and I was thinking like, fuck, okay, now how do we like get back into it? We were flowing so good, how do we get the flow back? And all of a sudden you were just like, so you guys fuck with cats? And all of a sudden we were just right back into it, you know? It was so good. You were a natural.
So Reed has been on once, so he is a veteran. Actually, third episode.
I've been twice. Yeah, it's my third
episode. So you came over today feeling a little more comfortable.
Oh yeah, I'm ready to go.
Basically at home.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Right, cool.
He wasn't supposed to be on a fourth episode too, and just didn't fucking show.
Yeah, what happened there? Oh, that was Dewar's thing. Was it Dewar's?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, he's a real lucky fucker. I wasn't there for that, dude.
Yeah.
Man, I had some shit I was gonna expose.
He's grateful for that.
Make it happen. Put him on some pressure.
We wanted you back because you were such gold in the first two, and I remember that night. I don't know if you guys probably haven't talked about it. I'm glitching again. I'm telling you, dude. I have a stutter sometimes.
I just make you nervous.
But you just didn't show, and then you're like, oh, I forgot I had plans. And Pete texts you later tonight. He goes, that's fucking weird.
I did. I tell you, like, for like that whole week after that, I was like so disappointed in myself that Pete was disappointed in me.
Oh, damn, bro.
Yeah, I was telling people, I was like, Pete's pissed. Like, I've upset Pete.
No, man.
You know?
Like
he was upset. You were upset.
Well, it's so funny because
you're like, because I was like, yeah, because it was fucking it was about. I think it was like a thing like with my ex or something like that. I had like a dinner that I didn't realize that I had going, and like I had to do it, or else it was going to create big issues for me at home. So I had to make that happen. And I had to do it, and I had to come out of it, and and I was like, oh fuck, and then he was like, yeah,
that's fucking.
I've never disappointed.
That's fucking weird. It was
I called him. I'm like, bro, are you throwing hands with this man? Like,
dude,
because that's such like a mean, hurtful statement.
It was, and that's how I took it.
If you'd be like, Reed, bro, that's kind of fucked up, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
You're kind of like, okay, I know where he stands.
Right.
When someone writes, that's fucking weird.
It threw my whole fucking universe off for many days. I was like, oh fuck, like how am I gonna see him again? Like, like what's gonna happen if we see each other? Like I don't even like it was crazy.
The next time we saw each other, I probably hugged you. Though.
Yeah, I mean it was fine, but I was just like, whoa, I was like, oh my god, I've let this guy down. Like I've never let Pete down. Pete's never been disappointed in me in my life.
You pulled the drop Josie off, and you're just staring at him.
Yeah. I mean, Pete hired me into what I'm in now. Yeah. It's the reason I'm in there, and now I'm disappointed Pete.
You know it's all love.
Shit.
Oh, my God. So I texted Pete back, and I was like, all right, bro, so you guys are straight? And he's like, yeah, that just fucking pissed me off. And I was like,
yeah, it did piss him off.
Probably should have just said that then, bro.
It pissed him off. Good.
Because
message was delivered.
Yeah, message received, Peter.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start using that though.
The right words,
bro. And that's like even tonight when I was coming here, I was like, I asked him for the address, and my phone was like, I don't know what my fucking phone was doing, dude. Like, couldn't get any service. Like for the last hour, I had no service. It's fucking ridiculous. And I'm like, address.
In his car.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I'm like address, and he sends me like no city. So like I tried to click it to send me like Lake Worth or something. And I was like, that's not right. So
I sent you the same address, though, that got you here the last 3 times you came here, just to be clear. It's the exact same address I send everyone.
Bro, and I couldn't get it. I was hitting the thing. It wouldn't even go to my maps. I'm like, what the fuck? Nothing was working. And I'm like, on the highway, I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen. Like, I couldn't even call. Too. I wasn't even calling. I'm like, Pete's going to be so pissed. Like, I'm like playing the scenario in my head again. If I can't find the goddamn house to get here, like, what Pete's going to feel now?
What's he going to say?
Like, what's he going to say this time? Like, oh my God. My plan was to go to my parents' house, which is like the one exit up, and just like get on their Wi-Fi and like hopefully like verbalize. That's what my plan was. So like, didn't want to disappoint. Get in the same situation we did last time.
I think you guys take me way too serious.
Well, first off, Pete, you didn't write like an emoji or like an LOL.
No,
it was that
I
fucking
wasn't laughing.
weird.
Yeah, he wasn't laughing. No, I could tell.
I'm so happy to know that you were on the same page I was because I mean, I'm gonna start using that to people who I'm just pissed at. That's fucking weird.
It's a good one, right?
It was it's like pretty much.
Well, also, in my defense, I'm pretty sure you texted me that you weren't making it as we were like sitting right there waiting for you to walk through the door. So we were like, man, Reed's like 10 minutes late. Where's he at? And I was like, hey. Where you at?
Well, because I told fucking Dewar to tell you, and he's sitting here giggling like it doesn't.
I just saw him at 1, 2, 3. Yeah, he didn't want to come with me.
Yeah,
like, he did kick you right under the bus.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I'm
Shout out
what
Dewar,
the fuck?
You know I love you, bro. It's all good, man. It's all good.
But yeah, so that has a profound effect. And Pete, when you are serious, I am deathly afraid of you. By the way, you
shouldn't be.
That's
what
I'm
have
saying.
This past where like I haven't seen that. Like,
oh my God,
killer.
I know it's there. You
I
know?
already just killed people.
Yeah, you know. So
that's why I was like not trying to get killed.
Do you participate?
Get that thing however you
want.
want.
What is it?
This is marijuana.
Oh, not for this. You'll hate me on this.
Okay.
I'll space it out, dude.
I glitch
Only
sometimes.
with my cats.
Dude, rest in peace.
I
know.
R.I.P., bro.
R.I.P.
Damn.
Yeah, poor guy, dude. Didn't make it.
Was this sauerkraut?
Yeah, it's just sauerkraut, dude. Sauerkraut. Was
Shout out
the coolest
sauerkraut.
cat. Yeah, and we got him. You know, when they both had cancer. They're brothers, 2 brothers. Got him with the cancer. Purchased them because they really had cancer. Because they wouldn't.
You had to pay for them?
No, they're free.
Yeah, I think.
Cancer cats should be free.
Yeah, cancer cats were free. They're hospice cats, what they say. And they're everything that was. The other thing was that all their.
So when you bought
elements.
them, not to cut you off, when you bought them, did you think like in the back of your head like, all right, maybe 1 year?
Yeah,
maybe
see that
2?
I did, and like always, and I try to be tough with the animals, like with that stuff too, because I've had so many of them like growing up and things like that, like, and they all die, and or they get eaten like in our house by something else that eats them, and like
in your house.
Yeah, I mean, like we always had like hamsters and guinea pigs, rabbits, but always cats too.
Okay.
And so the cat, you had to protect like these other things from the cats, which have seniority in that house all the time. And then there's these other animals here, and
you just keep saying other animals. What's the other
animal?
animal?
What animal did your cat murder? Tell us.
They've eaten. Cats have eaten plenty of the hamsters. I mean, as kids, like we always had hamsters, and they would always breed with each other. So there was tons of hamsters always around. They're escaping in the house. I mean, there's probably
you didn't fix the hamster?
No, you can't. I don't think so. I don't know if that's a thing. I'd be interested to know actually if that's the thing.
I'd want to be that
really
surgeon,
are concerned of, like like with this tiny little.
Guy's got a steady hand.
Yeah, like just zapping some hamsters like fucking uterus or whatever.
Keep them in a jar after.
Dude, like, here it is. So how many hamsters are we talking here?
Oh, I would say like over the course of like when I was growing up and having hamsters, probably like at least like 150 hamsters.
Oh my God!
Because they would breed and then they breed with each other and then like all of a sudden there's a fuck ton of hamsters around.
And they just roam free.
Well, they had cages, but they'd get out. I mean, they were pretty like MacGyver type animals. Yeah. So they'd get out and they'd get out and they'd get lost. We'd search for a few hours.
How do hamsters have
I don't know.
What's the baby hamster name?
Back then the hamster cage technology was not where it is now. Where it's it's very very much evolved. Yeah. And before it was just like a few kind of thin just
mini
metal
hamsters.
Sticks or whatever. They get through that, and they're like octopuses, man. The hamster get right through out of there. They get right out.
Oh my god!
And then they're in the house, and it was a big house, and they're gone. We look for an hour and give up.
So if you were chilling on your couch and someone just ran across you, you were just cool with it.
Very frequently. I mean, we try to get that one. that was necessarily what we were looking for.
Oh my god!
But that exact scenario would happen frequently.
I would lose my fucking mind if something ran across
that was like my dad, because my dad, my mom, big animal lover, and like myself as well. And T was kind of like in there a little bit. My dad was just like whatever, was very indifferent to the whole operation of these animals, and would much rather have not that many be around.
Oh my god!
And he didn't want any involvement with them. Like didn't want to be in charge of feeding them or taking care of them in any sort.
Yeah.
And so when they would get out, I mean, we would try not to let him know that there's rodents now loose in the house somewhere. And but we'd all watch TV at dinner, like in the one room. And then they would, go across the fucking floor.
Oh,
there's one, like, you just got out, must have, like, let's get him.
So, like, how many at one time?
At one time, I mean, there's at least, like, between, like, 2 to, like, 6 hamsters at one time.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
okay.
Depending on, like, they're always usually at least 2, and then they would breed somehow, and, like, then more show up, and we would kind of give those away to, like, my mom's, like, tennis friends, who had kids, give them to the kids, get the fuck rid of them, because there's a lot of them, they have, like, fucking 10 to, like, 12 hamsters in a litter. It's a lot. And we keep some that were kind of interesting, like we had one that fell off the stairs, like the landing of the stairs, landed on his fucking head. And you'd think, like, holy shit, like, he's dead. But he wasn't. He survived, but he had a mental defect after that, where he would literally just run in circles continuously. Could not go straight. In circles. He had to be in his own cage because he was kind of, like, really weird about other ones now after that. And he, just a circular divot in the wood chips in his cage because all he do is and fast. Like, fucking, like, full on fast, just in a perfect circle. And his name was Circles. And he lived longer than most of the other ones. Yeah.
Probably because he stayed in his cage.
Yeah.
Dude.
But the cats have gotten, like, cats probably snapped a couple necks. I mean, they snap necks with those things in a second. So we lost a few of that. And guinea pigs and the rabbits and stuff like that. We eventually let our rabbits out in the yard, because they would kind of like, have like kind of a cage or whatever. Like we lost a rabbit to a lawnmower. And then
my God.
One time, I don't really know how that happened. And the fox.
How did you figure that out, though? Did the guy walk in with like,
came up
no way?
Yeah, I wasn't around for that one.
Oh,
I didn't see that.
man.
But my mom told me that one later. I think it was at school. Yeah, but then the foxes. There used to be tons of foxes on the island.
Uh-huh.
Did you live at a zoo?
It was we had a nice big backyard, and it was all walled in. But on Palm Beach, you're not allowed to have anything that like we wanted to have.
Yeah.
Like my mom wanted a pig, like wanted to have these kind of things like all the time, which we wanted. But Palm Beach is very strict about laws with animals like that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have any farm animals, and like any neighbor reports it, then it would have to be taken away. So we didn't want to risk anything like that. But we had a turtle, a giant like backyard tortoise one time.
Okay.
I don't know how the fuck we got that. I think he just showed up and then he stayed. He was there though. And
in the bricked-in backyard, he just showed up. How did he get through the bridge?
I don't remember that. I have to figure that out because that just popped into my head. That was weird how that happened. I don't know how we got ended up.
It sounds like there was an undercover thing going on here. Because Reed, after like the second or third breed of hamsters, you'd probably be like, okay, this is going to happen if I leave these here. At some point, your family accepted we're okay with that. Let's just keep breeding hamsters. Am I not right?
Well, I think that we hated to have those around because they just kept happening. Yeah, just would happen because we would take them all out and let them all play together, no matter what it was, whatever they were.
It was an orgy. Is what it was
like a bunch of stuff, and then that started happens. You can't really catch them really fast with their, a couple pumps and it's in, and then it's happening. And then you wouldn't even know too. You wouldn't even know they were pregnant. All of a sudden, like you wake up one day for breakfast and they
looks like there's more, isn't there?
Yeah, there's like a fuck ton more. Like, oh, shit, here we go again.
When he first said 150, like my brain immediately was imagining Reed like in the kitchen with 150 surrounding him on the floor, like on the cabinets, like, and he's got the food in his hand, like, all right, everyone, back up. How do you even feed 150 hamsters?
Not far off.
Breakfast time, motherfuckers.
They all going nuts.
Yeah, it wasn't far off in how that actually was playing out. Like things. Like that was pretty much the scenario.
That's hilarious, man. I love it.
Now, what would you do, rest in peace, when they passed? Would you bury them?
Yeah, bury them in the backyard. I mean, that yard is littered with fucking tombs. The tombs of rabbits and guinea pigs, many hamsters, a couple cats back there too. It's the back left.
It's probably haunted.
Right by the water heater.
Oh, they'd probably go to digging, like, here, crunch, like, oh, not there.
Yeah, I said that when we sold the house. Like, I was like, should someone start digging in this corner of the yard? Like, if they ripped out all the trees back there, like it was a section that didn't really have too many trees. So like, you would think the new owners would do something with that corner. And the people who are going to do it are going to find a lot of shoe
Oh
boxes
my
full
God.
of animals, you know?
Bro, that's so funny.
I would think I would sell my house and move if I was like mowing down a tree and there was 1,000 little
dude,
skeletons.
So many, and they're like all right there too.
You open up a
my
shoebox full of bones.
Yeah, dude, just bones and bones.
No, I'm out.
my
I'm
God.
getting my shit.
People will like they'll start calling in like archaeologists and stuff to
Yeah,
figure
right.
out what's going on.
That's
we
it.
find?
You know,
Yeah.
is
In
it
this
a
Air
dinosaur?
Force One
Yeah.
box.
Yeah.
Oh, it's not just one. There's a ton of them. Like, what the fuck is this?
Delivered to Reed Ferguson. I heard the word on the street is were a nudist growing up.
Well, not myself so much, but my parents were nudists, like in their own right, where they, always that was their destinations, for vacation, were nudist colonies and things like that.
This explains your Instagram a lot.
Yeah,
You like to be naked.
Yeah, well, I was raised by like where nudity was not a big problem or anything, or not even an issue at all. And nothing you would even pop in your head that was anything strange. So like my parents would walk around naked all the time. I'd walk around,
Butt naked.
and I, totally, yeah, like fucking no care in the world. And I would too, and that would just be the way it would be, My dad would walk into my room and see you're doing your homework
So, like,
almost
how-
done, just hand
how
on his
old?
hip, fucking full on like dicks
No
out.
way.
Like
Yeah,
until you left the house? Like how old did that?
It was well into high school.
Yeah?
Yeah. Until I didn't even think, I literally did not think anything of it, that it was even like anything to really mention to anybody
Yeah.
as an oddity of any sort. Until I like started to spend the nights at my friends' houses, like start into like into high school really, and they weren't naked.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't like they were very careful about closing their doors, and even the parents were about that too, and that was when I started noticing.
You were like disappointed. You're like, damn, I really wanted to know what Jared's mom's tits looked like.
And like I just thought it was just gonna happen organically.
I was friends with him.
That was how I was going.
Why do you think I'm even at this sleepover, man?
Yeah.
This is bullshit.
And it was like that, and but yeah, that was just like. But I think I think then in high school, I think it started to get. I think my brother was always a little bit kind of weird about it. He's very reserved in a way, so he wasn't. I think he thought it was maybe a little odd or something at one point. But then at one point, I think as we got older, then it started to change. But no, like I've always been like extremely grateful, kind of for that in a way, because I'm extremely comfortable with myself, and just and it just in social situations and everything like that, I think it just like plays to my confidence in that in some way. But at the time, I had no idea that it was building me in that way. Just like I really don't. Mind it.
And I mean, I hope this doesn't get weird. I hope I can word this in a way where it's not weird.
I hope it does.
But Reed, you're a super tall dude. So I imagine like you probably don't have a small penis, which probably helps in that nudity confidence. But
I'm a grower, not a shower.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
you're comfortable and you're not showing.
Yeah, because I
them.
know like if when it becomes to be game time,
You'll
You
be
did a long stretch because that would have been like when it comes to be game time.
Yeah, when the game time.
Yeah. You did when it comes to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
When I have to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a situation, then I'm okay to.
Everything's all good.
No problem.
Right. But I feel like that's probably the biggest complex in the nudity community is like you don't want to be a grower, not a shower.
Yeah, but I don't even think those people in there, like that's what I would think.
No one gives a fuck.
They don't even care. I mean, my mom has stories upon stories from these trips that they would take, that we've been told, and they would get these magazines too to like their house that would like when we discovered porn. And my dad had this like crazy porn collection that we discovered
of magazines.
It started with magazines, and then we found the videos. And
their videos,
not them.
Oh, okay.
Thank God I never came across that. But they were. Yeah, I very well I could have actually, because a lot of them were like it was back in the VHS days. So it was
you probably would have recognized the bodies.
I would have hoped that I would have not made it into it for half an hour until I realized that those were my parents.
Dude got a horn.
Yeah, but they would get those nude magazines, of nude resorts and stuff like that. So not really like porn so much.
Sure.
It's more like
soft porn.
But there's tits.
It's like there's tits and there's
it's like
cocks.
Instagram.
It's not. It wasn't like.
It's like a Michelangelo painting.
I don't know why those. I remember now that we're talking about remember looking at those too. Like there was nothing that I wouldn't look through. As a young adolescent boy, trying to see naked women.
Yeah.
Picking up a magazine from a nude resort or something like this, or like a nude beach or something, and it was not like an attractive scene.
Yeah.
I don't know what they were selling with these magazines there. Like maybe it was for older people. I don't know. Like my parents were old people. There was other old people.
Right.
But it wasn't like.
What do you mean, like a lot of bush or something?
Yeah, it was just not a very
Too much
attractive
bush.
situation. Not that there's anything wrong with bush or anything, but it was it wasn't an attractive
Are you
group
bush guy?
of people. Yeah, I don't mind. Either way, it doesn't matter to me.
Like, what's your pube routine like?
Mine personally?
Oh, like his personal?
Yeah.
That's what I thought too. We want to know about Reed's bush.
Yeah, you want to
Those goes back to dicks for some reason.
Oh my god.
Personally, I mean, it's kind of like all over the place, honestly. Like, keep pretty tight. Never really go full on bald, you know, unless I'm going on vacation, actually, because then like
you gotta extend it. You know?
I do the Brazilian.
Or like any surf trip too, because like you can get start getting a rash and chafe and shit like that from fucking a lot of pubic hair and stuff like that. So if I'm I'm doing that, we're gonna surf like all day. Just shave the whole fucking.
You know, you're going on a trip with the bros. You bust
out
the razor.
You go with the boys on a trip. Like you just full on. You gotta full on trim it. Yeah.
I'm similar. I don't bust out the razor almost ever. It's always a trim job.
And every time I go bare skin, I regret it. I feel like because I feel
it's very strange.
I feel like a little 3-year-old boy with nothing. You know.
Yeah. And
I kind of like it, to be honest.
You have to get that first day though. Like it's weird. And when it starts to go back,
I kind of like it.
It's
just a lot of effort.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
But everything's so clean.
It's too pale, dude. Too like you don't tan that area. You tan that area?
Mine's like naturally a little darker than the rest of my body, though. You know.
Your area is darker than your body?
Yeah. Your dick's not darker than the rest of your body?
Now that I think about it,
like half of it or something.
Like the top quarter.
Especially like the surrounding area around my dick is extremely white. It's not this color. It's white.
It's white. Yeah.
Now, where do you stop coming up on the pube line? Do you stop like at your belly button?
Oh, that? I do like waistline sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like where,
Like when you're trimming, you're saying?
Yeah, what I'm saying is like what's the ballpark field looking like there, you know?
I do the whole thing everywhere.
The legs?
Well, like down. Well, you went upwards, so I was assuming up. From pubes up. Yeah, everything gets done. Yeah. Like up to the belly button.
Okay.
But I don't do the legs. No.
Yeah. No.
That'd be excessive.
Like the thighs? You mean like the
Yeah. No. There's just a hard line where it stops.
Yeah. That's usually, and that's the line I like to figure out because I feel like my line is way off. Yeah. Because I do like old man, underwear.
You got like a diaper on?
Yeah. So it's like dark hair on legs and then just like the triangle of love.
Triangle of love. Yeah.
I try to like do a fade sort of thing.
It
doesn't look like you did it, or it doesn't look like you're.
I gotta fringe it out.
Easy transition.
I think my thigh hair is kind of blonde, so I don't think I have like a hard line.
Well, you've been blessed with that, yeah. Like I think myself too. I have a lot of like blonde body hair where I'm glad I do.
Yeah.
And certainly not always, but legs and stuff like that, and arms. You
ever been with a girl with a bleached butthole?
Ooh.
I don't know if I would have noticed that.
Would
there be hair there?
That was going to be my next question.
I don't know the definition of a bleached butthole.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Me neither. I'm sure bleached is involved in somewhere in the process.
I think my ex might have.
Yeah?
I mean, not when I was with her that I would have noticed, but I think that she might have been one.
All right, we're going to call her in as a guest.
Yeah.
Let's get her on the line real quick.
Can I phone a friend?
Anyone I know would have done it.
Yeah, I don't know the process, and I also don't really know what the end. I don't know
what the end result.
You know how we were just saying like your dick is darker than the rest of your body. Yeah. Your butthole, I think is the same way.
I think it
based on most of them that I've seen.
What do you think? Yeah,
I think the goal of the procedure is to make it like the same color as your skin.
Okay.
So you don't have a dark ring. You got
like staining from just
Right.
Correct.
Which I think that's what that's from. I don't really know. What else to say about it. But that's what I think it would be. Not necessarily you're bleaching like hair that's already there.
Yeah.
You're bleaching actual skin.
Right. Yeah.
And that's like what can be painful for.
Dude, that's gotta be painful.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Oh, it's a painful procedure.
Yeah. Because it's bleached on your asshole.
Yeah.
Like that's literally what it is.
Burns a little bit.
I would imagine.
If I give you a free bleached asshole job, would you take it?
Just to see the pain.
Sure. Yeah.
You take it for free?
Yeah, sure. Okay. Well, not for the sake of the pain, but more for the content.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna take before and after pictures and post them?
If you subscribe to our Patreon premium, then you'll see the before and after pictures of
our OnlyFans bleached. That isn't OnlyFans. Probably a niche.
OnlyFans bleached.
OnlyFans just.
I think that's already a site. That's black.
Okay, so one last thing. One last thing on the nudist thing that popped up in my head was so like Sunday morning, wake up, stretch, right, come downstairs.
Yeah.
Dad's making a cup of coffee and he's rock hard. Right?
Bricked up.
I mean, like, the boy has morning wood. We all got it, right? What was that vibe like? You know?
Well, thank God that never occurred. Usually,
do you think he like pushed? Like, do you think he fucked with him? Like, I don't want Reed to see my shit today. You seen your dad bricked up?
I actually, it was funny. Yeah, one time by accident, and I remember. So they're probably gonna watch this too. Actually, I know they are. Yeah,
Shout out Tennis Cat.
I've seen this. One time I've seen this by accident. I don't even know if he even knew I saw him too.
Yeah.
And like, but yeah, I came. So when I would come home from being out, or this in high school, I would come home. The kind of like the standard protocol was to kind of let them know that I got home, you know, in a way, like be like, hey, what's up? I'm home. You know, like, yeah, obviously my curfew wasn't so late where they would go to bed so much and I wasn't there. So they would usually be awake. And one time I remember coming back and I had smoked some weed. Okay. So I was like paranoid about I had to come home and I was like, fuck, you know, usually if I did that, I would be sleeping out or something, like not risk coming home. I was very nervous about that. So I came home and I was like, okay, like I just got to go in and say what's up, and then I can go in my room and
That's
be
totally normal.
super high and just paranoid in my own room and do my thing. And
Perfect.
you know, but I know that I'm gonna have to say hello or goodnight to them. That's got to happen.
Yeah.
So I'm like psyching up in the car out front, got to go in, you know, and I was like, and I was more stoned than usual coming home, like, cause you know I just was very uncomfortable situation. So I went in. Marched my ass straight to their bedroom, which I now recall like was more lights were off and stuff. Probably the point I didn't even have to do this, you know.
Right.
In the end, like with the situation I walked into, I didn't even have to that night go in there and say goodnight.
Yeah.
So I walk in, and I think they had just finished having sex. So like, I walked into the bedroom like almost like as like a fucking charge to be like, I'm home. Like, good night. I'm out of here. I walk in there and like, dude, like my dad was laying there with like a towel over his cock, like it was still like it was like a tent,
TP'd,
and like my mom's like sitting there, like just sitting there next to, like kind of like, hey, like I'm like, and I'm like, all right, I'm home. TV. Like I fully took in the whole situation in like a nanosecond. Like I was like, fuck, like you know, Jesus Christ, like this is what okay. Like, so it's like, okay, good night, I'm here, and I left. And then, like, I don't know, like, if it was right after that night or the next day or something, but, like, I remember my mom, like, coming in and just, like, literally asked me, so, did you see your dad's boner?
Oh, my God.
Like, I don't think it was that same night, I think it was the next day or something. Like, came in, like, just sat, like, next to me and was just like, so, did you see your dad's boner? And I was like,
my God.
I was like, fuck, like.
I'm almost surprised that that's even, like... a weird experience when you've seen your parents naked like your whole childhood. I think, you know,
it was just.
But the boner is different.
But see, it was just like so close to like after their sex.
Right.
Like, had I fucking not sat in the car out front and psyched myself up,
it would have been during.
I would have marched right in there during sex. And
I'm home.
Yeah, and that would have been the first time, and hopefully the last that I would have ever seen that happen. So. You know, I guess I was fortunate to have it.
I would have given like a fake sneeze or like a caw, like as I'm walking up to the room, 100%. You know.
And in hindsight, you think that.
After that, I 100% did that. Anytime things were happening like that, and I
slammed the door.
My head at that time was being like, I was just like, I gotta say good night, and I was back in my room, like away from this situation.
Oh my God.
So it was just
great.
Like, but otherwise, like usually, you know, you'd think, and I don't know. But like my dad didn't even sit up, so I still don't even know if he knows this happened.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, well,
good
dude,
stuff.
I gotta take a pee real quick.
Okay, do it,
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh my God, dude. That's so funny.
I love that story came out too, because I literally was just thinking about that when you were saying that.
Oh, man.
Oh my God. Mm-hmm.
Is there anything that you want us to bring up that you want to talk about?
The only thing I don't want to talk about is just anything with Audrey.
Yeah.
Really? Because that's a bad situation.
Yeah, that's fine.
But no, I would like to do the Instagram thing again that we tried to do last time. That was pretty funny.
What did we do last time?
When you were like, let me like bring up a few photos because like
okay, and give us the context.
Yeah, or he was like, I didn't.
Yeah, let's do that. That's good.
That was funny. Did anyone ask any questions on the internet? I actually saw that. I thought that was a great.
Oh yeah, I'll bring up the questions.
Great. I meant to I was running around all day in meetings and shit, And like I was like, oh fuck, that's so cool. Like I was gonna throw it up on mine and be like, I'm going on this. Like
I'll probably would have got a shitload of responses. Like, yeah, we got a couple that we'll read off, but it's mostly like all of our friends. So like you'll I don't know. I'm not gonna tell you who said it. Maybe you'll have to guess who said it too.
That'd be funny.
When my fucking huge client this year calls me in the middle of a podcast. As a contractor, you're like, did a pipe burst? Did you don't, so.
They would only do it if it was something serious?
But we haven't started his job yet, so.
Okay.
It's hard typing professional messages when you're high.
Yeah, man. It's hard. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Damn, this one's sick. That's fire.
Yeah, dude. That one was cool. I saw that in Winwood.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, this was the one we did last time. That's a good one.
The hot tub
you
one.
guys in the bathtub.
Yeah. And I can't remember what the other ones were. But I'm sure there's some other... I'm sure there's something on there.
We can find something.
I'm sure there's something in there. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to like coordinate with JoJo too. I was gonna have her like come here and just like sit next to me, like tattoo me while this is happening. That would have been so awesome.
She's at Perch Pig right now. She probably would have been down.
Oh yeah, they go there in the season.
All right, which one's gonna be a better story? The one with you, Dewar, and Steven Stone in the bathtub, or you, Mark, and Steve?
The Steven Stone one, yeah.
The Steven Stone.
Yeah, that was back. That was during quarantine shit when like.
Okay.
You know, we were smuggling people into that.
I'm an island boy. That's so funny you guys did that, dude.
Yeah.
I'm just, all right, read this real quick. Just make sure this bitch is a professional.
Yeah, double check.
You know when you're asked to be putting like double.
I like that he's asked me to double check it after he already sent it.
Yeah. Well, I can still do like the asterisk, you know.
Yeah, sure.
That's great stuff. Asterisk would be like, let me redo the whole thing. Forget that. No, Forget you saw that. Read this one now.
Asterisk, unsend.
Yeah. Unsend that.
Okay, so we're gonna
take that text.
Just type unsend. Just type the word unsend.
Damn, my dog got my phone.
Yeah. No, sorry.
My dog got my phone.
Son of a bitch, my grandma's crazy. All right, so I'm gonna do an intro.
Okay, hold on. This was one that we did too. We're gonna redo the segment that we did last time of showing him Instagram pictures that are funny and letting him explain the context. But okay, you're gonna do an intro as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let me just find one more Instagram picture. You have a funny ass Instagram, bro.
Yeah, people always tell me like they're like I'll run into them. I don't even really know them too much, and they're like, I just wake up and like first thing I do is just like
That's so great.
See what you did and what's going on. And I'm like, oh, cool.
I love that. You have a giant. What is that? A bird on the back of your shoulder?
Yeah, it's a bird. It's a country bird in Nicaragua.
I didn't know that.
That was my first tattoo in a hostel.
A fake bird?
Yeah, in a hostel. I paid with a 6-pack of Heineken.
Shut up.
Yeah.
That's sick.
It was in like a pod.
That's
and, like, this
okay,
random,
I'm going to screenshot that one.
Random in this fucking random ass hostel.
Okay.
Just made an alarm to call a client. I just went to go sing a song, but I glitched. I think we're in a simulation, dog.
My baby don't listen.
Did you see the Birds Aren't Real thing on the NCAA thing last night?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, dude, this guy.
Kentucky Jayhawks.
Bro, right behind the fucking commentators there, like, fucking clear as day, like a
Birds Aren't Real sign?
Birds Aren't Real. Right
Sick.
between them.
That's
they posted
funny.
I reposted the thing and I was like, oh, watch. I was like, oh my God, I was spit my fucking drink. I was like,
that's great.
Yeah.
Did I send you the video of the founder of Birds Aren't Real?
What was he doing? Because I love watching that guy.
Admitting that birds aren't real is just a made up thing.
No.
Yeah.
He admitted
He's not a true believer.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
he
right?
came out and was just like...
When did he say that?
I'll send it to you.
Wow, that's crazy.
Bro.
Like, his whole thing is about just fucking...
Because that's
I know, bro.
That's
he
like
came
our
out
genius.
and
Yeah,
said...
yeah,
How can we even promote the whole thing with no...
I know. It was a little disappointing.
Wow.
Yeah.
He had a whole brand going there.
Well, maybe we should start running it then. Maybe we should
fuck
take the
that
reins.
guy.
Yeah.
Birds aren't real.
Fucking throw that guy out.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, he came out and was just like, it started as like a, like a just funny marketing thing, and then it really gained traction, and I ran with it, and
So he was a cloud chaser. Get the fuck out of here.
That's disappointing, bro. That guy was getting so much heat and all the bullshit, and he stuck to it. I thought I was like very admirable.
Yeah, no.
I'll
fuck
find
him.
it.
Wow,
all right.
fuck that guy.
I'm gonna send him a piece of mail.
Wow.
We're cutting this shit out of the fucking episode.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, how are you in standings with the biker gang? They like you, right?
Well, they didn't because I liked Chris, so they didn't like me at the time. But we are right now in current good standing with all local biker gangs of West Palm and Palm Beach County sort of situation.
Maybe we'll do a meetup or something.
We could do a meetup. They sometimes will come into Datura. I try not to even say hello because I don't want to push my luck, but. They come
you can't
and
miss
enjoy.
you in Detroit. You walk in, you're like, who the
tallest
fuck
dude
is
in the building.
Yeah, they come in, they enjoy Cosmos and
now
they enjoy Cosmos.
Surprisingly, they drink very girly drinks. I don't know why.
Wow.
Apple teenies and Cosmos and tequila sunrises.
No shit.
Yeah, I swear to God. That's what they drink. But, whatever. Teach their own.
That's amazing. I'm
Yeah.
thinking like whiskey,
No,
neat.
it's too much for them. It's too much for them.
Maybe
it's because they got to bike. They got the bike home.
They got to get on the bike
know.
after that.
Yeah, but those drinks are pretty boozy anyway.
Yeah.
Cosmos all booze, pretty much.
It's all alcohol.
Yeah.
That is true.
In a
now,
big glass.
Yeah.
When Chris and the biker gang initially started, was that truly a ride or die, or were you backing out at some point? Like, hey,
like knowing him. Well,
yeah.
Well,
How long did you have his back for before you were like,
what was the line there?
I mean, I was trying really not to have much any part of it at all because the stories I was told of the guys were pretty fucking serious guys.
Yeah.
Like where it was like we could joke about it, like it was an actual serious thing.
Yeah.
We've got a serious biker gang around here?
Yeah, apparently, which I also didn't know until that was happening.
Okay.
That makes it more scary though because I don't know them. You know what I'm saying?
It became real very fast for him. And just like any of us who really kind of knew him, mostly for him. Not so much for
But you're sitting in his section at Monroe's.
Yeah, well, that was the thing, too. Like, but one time when we pulled up to Monroe's and management came out, almost like they were waiting for us. Like they knew we were coming or something. We might have asked Ed, or I don't know, maybe not.
Or they probably just expected you because it was a Thursday. And
Right.
We always see him on Thursdays.
Sure, we were pretty regular in there. So, like, they were outside and they were like, hey, guys, like, you can't come in. Like, they're in there and they think that you're coming here. And like you can't go in. And we're like, we don't fucking want to go in. If that's the guy.
Thanks for the heads up.
Yeah, like thanks. I'm definitely not walking into that.
But
I was also very adamant at that night. I remember that that I really kind of wanted to go to Monroe's, and I was like, so all right, he probably shouldn't go in there, but like, I'm like,
did they say my name?
Yeah, I'm like. Chris, though, like, he can get an Uber home from here. I'm just going to park my car and I'll go in.
Did they say anything about Chris's tall friend that they wanted
like,
to hurt?
No, like, you are included. And I was like, fuck, man. Like, that's when I kind of, was like, included.
We're in this together.
Yeah.
But if Chris looked at you and he's like, let's go to Pound Town.
Well,
are you like, I'm coming in too?
I don't know, man. I don't think he would have said that because he would knew that what was going on. I don't think he would, thank God. I don't think I would have been able to go to
two
Pound
guys
Town.
walking towards you at Monroe's with leather vests on.
Yeah.
But they're like 5'7".
That's another thing.
And covered in tattoos, but they're like 5'7".
Yeah, they're like
and
neat.
he looks at you and goes, we can take these guys. Let's go. And he just gets up. He doesn't wait for your response. He just gets up.
Are you getting up?
You getting up?
Well, I mean, I have to get up, I think, but like, I think I would probably try to like, hopefully grab somebody, grab maybe a security and be like, hey, something's about to happen and I might have to be involved and I really don't want to be involved.
Reed sprint to do his
I don't want to get punched. I
punched.
definitely want to get punched in the face by one of these fucking biker gangs. I mean, because they were connected with the sheriffs and stuff. It was like,
See, that's when I would.
Damn, it was that deep.
Yeah.
They had plugs with the cops.
I mean, the guy was like the head guy who he pissed off.
Oh my God.
And that guy had been, grew up here and was like, he
Plugged
was
up.
the guy. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And it was like not the guy to fuck with.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that existed. I mean, I'm probably naive to say that. Of course it exists. I just was unaware of it. But
you
like,
just wouldn't think
would
it
you
around
have
here.
thought
Like,
in West Palm Beach,
Right.
there's some dangerous biker gang that's affiliated with the police department.
It's bananas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
the
crazy
whole
to
thing
think
was
about.
so like surreal.
And we didn't say any names because we're no beef. There's no beef.
no beef.
Say some names.
Yeah,
No beef. I know you
no
know
beef.
the names.
No beef.
Listen, I'll have a strawberry daiquiri with you anytime. Okay?
Yeah, bring him on, dude.
But back to the thing.
Try a Mai Tai.
When I thought of Chris turning to you and like, let's take him, I think that's when you pull out that's fucking weird and you start running. That's one of those situations. That's fucking weird.
That's good.
You
That's
know?
good. It works there.
Because it throws him off. He's confused, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy though? Like, also because like those guys of Monroe's, like, they knew what those guys would like. They knew the story kind of thing.
Yeah.
So like they knew, like they let those guys in because they have no choice. Like how to let them in.
Yeah,
like you can't tell these guys no. So they knew that these guys were in this place waiting to fight us.
Yeah.
And
Who knows?
it's like you had to have them in there. Like, and like just even by them coming out and telling us that like they were in there, like that could have gotten them in trouble or something too. So like it was real quick. It was like come out like, yo, can't go in there. And like they didn't even want to stay and talk to us too much. It was like, no, you're not going in. I was like, well, maybe I can go in. And like, don't, you can't go. None of you can go in. And we left and went to Spearmint.
Pretty nuts.
And did they say that with like serious faces or like?
It was serious, dude.
Yeah,
They were like, because I'm like, I was thinking, why the fuck you let guys in like that who are like, obviously, like the purpose here right now is to make a fight.
Yeah.
And they were like, there's nothing we can do.
Right. They weren't going to tell them, no, you're not.
Nothing they could do. Like those guys were doing whatever they wanted to do.
That's a little scary, bro.
It was fucking
nuts, scary.
Nah.
It was pretty
All right,
weird.
so while we're on the topic of Chris McDevitt, that makes me think of something else. And our avid listeners, shout out to you guys. You'll remember Chris McDevitt from his episode, and you'll also remember Reed from that episode.
Yeah. Yeah, if you can. He talked over me the whole fucking time.
Well, it was his episode, to be fair.
I guess that's true.
To be fair.
I guess that's true.
You know, but you served your purpose perfectly by exposing all the things you were supposed to expose.
Yeah, right. I was there to expose him.
It was perfect.
You said
make sure he didn't keep it
I'll
vanilla.
make this point. Reed said he was helping that relationship come back to life, and I think it's beautiful.
I did.
Yeah.
That relationship is thriving.
I think I'm directly responsible for the child.
Yeah. Do you know that? Have you even heard that yet?
What happened?
Chris and Jess are having a baby.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Chris is going to be a dad.
Stop.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
His boys can swim.
And it's Reed's fault.
The baby's name has to be Reed.
Well, I would
doubt
love
it.
that. I don't know
You
if
know.
they're going to win there, but
He
that's
said
what they
fuck.
should do. But,
Yeah.
you know,
If
nobody's
But
doing me any
good
justice
for
there.
us. I'll take like no credit, but like good for us for maybe being that catalyst. Because I remember I had messaged him a little bit after the episode came out, and
I think it was my idea.
I don't think it was
whole
Shun's
thing. It was my idea.
For them to have sex and
Yeah.
make the sperm and all that, whatever happens, like how that works.
you told them to do that.
It was my idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
That's
So
good. Good for
full
you,
on.
man.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
You know,
Thank you. Yeah. See,
Yeah.
nobody's congratulated me about
Yeah,
any of their
congratulations.
stuff yet. So I appreciate that.
Do you take credit for any other relationships around your life?
I've tried to take some credit for some of my brothers, but they've all ended in flaming balls of tundra. So like,
You don't want
I don't know if those are good ones to claim, but I can take a lot of responsibility for a lot of those. I take some responsibility for Alex Wallace and Crystal too. Those two.
That's a good one, yeah.
Yeah, I like to take some for them.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, maybe like Rhett and the ladies.
I was just going to say, shout out Rhett and the
Yeah,
lady.
I
Just
think
tied the knot, right?
Yeah,
Or
well, no,
engaged?
they're engaged, but
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
I take pretty much almost full responsibility for that. Sort of
Yeah,
thing.
shout out you guys. Oh, I brought up Chris McDevitt for a reason, though.
Yeah.
We got sidetracked so fast. So with Chris, obviously being tied up,
Yeah.
and
What's that mean? A baby?
wifed up.
Wiped
yeah.
up.
What, are they wifing? Are
No,
they,
not literally.
no.
He's got a baby on the way though,
Okay.
so it's we can only imagine
Yeah.
That's the girl
what
for
the
him,
next
though.
steps are. But with Chris off the market, do you feel like
Lonely?
you're? No.
Yes, I do.
So when you guys were on the episode together, you spoke about the Kavorka.
Yeah,
and
the
how,
Kavorka.
How you used to
Oh,
hold.
you had this back to
You
you
held
now.
the
Well-
throne for so long.
Yeah.
And then Chris fucked that up for you.
Yep.
Chris
Yeah.
obviously doesn't have
he
the
took my
Kavorka
Kavorka.
anymore.
Yeah, he's got
Yeah.
no Kavorka now.
So who's holding it?
Yeah.
Do you have it back? Are you in your prime all of a sudden?
I don't know. I don't think I really have it back. I think Tyler's got some Kavorka, but he can't utilize it.
Yep.
Right, useless.
He's useless Kavorka, basically.
Yeah.
So in
I don't
today's
think I really-
world, if you think Kavorka, who has it?
I
that
don't.
you know?
Yeah, I don't know. if
Steven
there's really-
Stone?
Steven Stone's kind of been like the king of Kavorka.
Right, the Godfather.
Yeah, he's had it.
Oh, he mastered it. He mastered it. He
He's
pulled
like,
it out.
yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. He just keeps it on. He keeps it
Yeah.
on all day.
Yeah.
Right.
I really don't know if there's.
Are you
anyone really out there
trying
now.
to gain it back? Like, what's going on?
I mean, I think that I have like always will have some sort of level of it there.
Trace
I think
levels?
I just think that I've had it like I've grandfathered into having it at a certain level at all times.
You don't want to regain the throne though.
I think no, I think where I'm at now, I think to try to go after the regain the throne only makes me look like kind of an asshole.
Oh, okay.
More so than I already am viewed,
Okay.
maybe by many. So I think that can only be detrimental to me. Actually,
Would you consider yourself an asshole?
That's a Kavorka play right there. I feel like
right? Maybe.
That's a Kavorka play. Veteran Kavorka.
Do I consider myself an asshole? That's a great question. No, I think so. Okay, so here's my whole thing. I'm only really entertained
I feel like
so
it's
much by myself.
Answer, Reed.
Yeah, well,
it's typically like a yes or no.
No,
thing,
it's not a yes or no with me. It's
Yeah.
not. It's So I'm only really entertained by myself. I think
Okay.
And like I have to sometimes like to keep my entertainment level high.
Fuck with people?
Yeah, but
Okay.
like never meaning any like disrespect or hurt anyone's feeling or any malintent ever. Never mean that.
But you say things that you know do
right,
that.
But I do say things that will push certain people to the limits, and sometimes I don't think. I often have been told, well, many times been told by anybody close to me that I don't think before I speak.
Yeah.
Which is, which I was like, oh, fuck, I hated people to tell me that,
Yeah.
like growing up, but it's 100% fucking true. Like,
Yeah.
I do not think before I do stuff and think or post things sometimes.
And being a great friend of
Yeah.
yours, I do.
You say that's his kryptonite?
I recognize that trait where you love to say things that you know is going to piss someone
Stir
off.
some shit up.
Yeah.
Just for my personal entertainment, really.
Right,
Which is like
100%.
almost, I guess,
That's
is
so
that the
flawed.
definition of
But
selfish?
Once
Do you do that in the bar, though? Do you do that in the bar with employees?
Yes!
Yeah.
Yes!
Oh, my
God. But you get to
Are
know
you
him,
serious?
you know? And
Yeah,
so
but
once
like-
you realize that that's the way he is, it's like you
Yeah.
just don't take it
Right.
personal.
And
He
see,
says some
and see,
dumb
that's,
shit,
and
then
that's
you
what
go,
I'm fortunate to have.
fuck you know?
Yeah, I'm fortunate to be like, I can take it back. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes I do cross the line sometimes, and I have to apologize, and I've definitely crossed the line a couple really serious times, unfortunately, that have really fucking caused some shit.
Do you throw truth in there once in a while just to fuck with them,
Yeah, oh yeah.
I feel like they're all based on a little truth.
Honestly,
right?
they all are.
They're all based on a little truth.
Seriously, that's the thing that makes it great for myself personally, for my personal entertainment.
Right.
Is that none of this shit's really fabricated. It's all
Exactly.
fucking really true. There might be a little bit of some bullshit that I'll say to
The
get
more offended you are, the more true it probably was.
100%. So I mean, I'm just trying to drum up, keep the action going.
Yeah, you're good at that, dude.
Yeah.
But if you
keep-
know
yeah.
one bartender doesn't like another one, will you just like be like, oh,
Yes.
I would put them in the same.
Yeah.
no way.
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
Because my goal would be not to upset them. My goal would be to break through that barrier that they don't like each other, to make them fucking friends, or at least just get along with each other, like while we're there doing our thing.
Does it work?
Yeah, I mean, luckily we never really have to do any of that. They tour, but like I've been in situations like just in my personal life and things like that where I'll put people, in the same fucking place that don't like each other, just so we're gonna get through this fucking shit.
We're gonna
I'll
like
even
each
sit
other
there
by
and
the
be
time
like, you
this is
guys
over."
don't fucking like each other,
Wow.
but I'm gonna sit here with you and we're gonna make sure that we'll squash this.
Yep.
That's great.
You'll
man.
make it happen.
Is it super awkward when they both sit down?
Not for me, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna break through these barriers, man.
That's so
fantastic.
funny.
Yeah, but that's again like somebody I guess maybe would consider that selfishness too, because
Yeah.
some of that's for my personal
Your
entertainment.
entertainment.
Yeah, but in the end, the greater good. Who knows?
So do you think if you were to ask the General Republic, fucking
The Banana Republic?
dude, I am stuttering today. If you were to ask the general public,
Yeah.
which percent do you think they would say? Over
About an
50%?
asshole? Like about an asshole?
Yeah, like a Twitter poll.
Well, again, like I think if you're like asking, I think that some people will smile and say, "Yeah, he's an asshole."
Right, do they have to answer in front of his face, or is it
No,
a blind
it's
answer?
a ballot box.
If you blinded it,
Yeah.
You get a lot more
there
hate
would
on
be-
the blind answer. If it's in front of
Yeah.
his face, it's like 90-10.
Yeah,
right? I think
Everyone's
that
going to
would-
say they love him. to
even
his
if they were
face.
in front of like your face asking him or something like I wasn't even there.
Yeah.
Like I think you'd get a laugh kind of asshole sort
Yeah.
of thing sometimes, But in the end, like if you really set him down, was like, is he really an asshole? Like I don't think there'd be anybody to really call me an asshole.
Man.
Yeah,
Reed's a
because,
good
like-
guy.
like I
I
said,
think
like-
everyone gets that.
Yeah, like I don't have any malintent. Like I'm out there trying to, I'd rather do more stuff for other people than do anything for myself. I just want other people to have a good time and be more happy.
There's
than me.
always a lighthearted bit to it. That
Yeah,
some-
100%.
That some people don't.
Yeah, and some
Jive
don't,
with
but
you.
if that happens, like I'm very self-aware.
Yeah.
Like that's
Yeah.
myself. Oh man, dude, because I think there's like 90, maybe 9% of the fucking population has no self-awareness, and I think I'm super self-aware of situations.
Yeah.
If I'm like saying some shit I can tell if you're uncomfortable. I can tell when I need to stop a conversation or something like that, or like get if it's not happening or anything. I'm very in tune with that kind of shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
You know the line.
I do know the line, yeah. And sometimes I'll cross it, but like usually if I cross it, it's usually unintentionally or like I've, again, spoken without thinking. And then I immediately are like, I'll apologize if I have to 100%. So
You ever got Chris rocked? You ever just had someone
that?
Like you said a joke and just got fucking.
not physically, but like
It didn't
verbally or like,
Yeah.
in that situation. Like,
Okay.
yeah. I mean, I've been punched by women mostly. I've never been punched by a guy, but I've been punched by women a lot.
Never been in a fight your whole life?
I was in one fight. Well, I wasn't even in a fight. It was just like I've never really been in a fight.
You and Chris wrestling in the tub?
Yeah, nothing more than that.
Oh, I like that you brought that up.
Yeah, that's a nice alley.
That's a good transition to our next segment, which is Reed, what the fuck is going on your Instagram?
Yeah.
That's what we call this segment.
What's going on my Instagram? Look at it right now.
So, dude, you have a great Instagram. I'm just going to start with that.
Nice.
Yeah,
man, my Instagram is also like another thing I just like to fucking entertain. I just want to entertain people.
And so I'm glad you brought up the nudist thing earlier because that was going to be something that I brought up as well. You're not like afraid to whatever girl that you're like involved with at the moment. You like tend to post that girl just as naked as you are on the Instagram all the time.
Yeah, she'd have to like any like girl that I'm with or like that it becomes a thing. Yeah, she has to be like open to things like that, and like can't be like if she's stressed about stuff like that's going up, like it'll never work because I'm not gonna censor myself for anybody.
It's funny that you bring up like the girl being uncomfortable with it because that's probably not where most people's heads go. Most guys don't want to post like their girlfriend or even just girl that they're hooking up with at the time.
Yeah.
For everyone else to see.
In any compromising situation.
Yeah, right.
Much
they
less
want
almost
that for themselves.
Right. Much less than
And if anything, it's like an internal complex. If someone else gets to see it, it's like fuck. That's mine. So. Where do you think? I mean, does it stem from like the the household you grew up in?
I think it definitely stems from that like comfortability, and I want to be around people. Like if I'm that close with that person, like if I'm dating somebody, like we quickly become very close and very like almost like a best friend kind of thing. Because I like to spend time, especially women. I like to spend time with women, and especially one that I really like. Like I like to take her out, do things, like do stuff like that. Like I love spending time with women.
Yeah.
I think they're fucking very interesting creatures, and just like I just fucking could sit there and listen to them talk all day. Love them. So yeah, it stems from some of that, but it also just like stems from just like I want like I'm showing her off, like I'm definitely showing her off, because I'm just thrilled that she's agreed to spend as much time with me as she has, so that's great. I want everyone to know that.
Where do you think that it comes from that like there's no jealousy though? How do you achieve that?
So I was jealous one time. It was my first girlfriend I ever had, really, like first real girlfriend, girl I lost my virginity to. It was back in high school. So she was like my first real girlfriend. I was lost my virginity and everything like that. Then like first relationship, things are like that was when I was then I went to college. Like, it was a long kind of thing. We were kind of breaking up, getting back together, kind of thing, like one of those fucking things. And
how long has this fucking been?
This is like. So we started dating in junior year, and then so into college now. Then we had kind of broken up, wanted to get partying and stuff. She wasn't really a partier or stuff like that. I started getting drinking and things like that, and getting into situations with other women. The Kavorka started to really form, and so it was maybe she could have been treated better by me or whatever. But
that's good self-realization.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah. But so. And then as we get back together, like anything little thing that she did would start to make me, I would get jealous and stuff like that, like in this kind of natural way that I see all the time. And I just didn't like that person, like being like how I was like that. Like I really fucking hated it, and it definitely didn't help anything going on with that girl,
right.
with, like relationship wise. Like if I wanted to get, like if we wanted to make it work or something like that, like that kind of attitude, like this was not obviously helping any of that situation.
Yeah.
And ultimately, it ended up being we're fully ended, and then we didn't talk anymore.
So it was kind of a bloodbath when it ended. Or?
Well, I don't know if it was so much of a bloodbath that I can really remember it being really bad. I know she was like dating some guy then, and like I was like fucking just trying to like throw a wrench into that whole thing. Really, it was just not a good situation for me or anything, or even her. Just messing with her stuff and then messing with my stuff was bad. So I swore after that was done that I would never act like that again, and I never have. And I just feel like with just the way I normally am, I can't have that kind of like display that sort of jealousy like towards anyone else really like that, because I'm like want to live. And be able to say that the weird fucked up stuff that I say, and like try to, and and get away with it in a way, for lack of a better word, but like, so I just swore to never act like that again, and I never have. Yeah.
And I feel like that's probably a great choice, to be honest, because like you were saying, to the point of like why you didn't like feeling that way. The jealousy actions don't usually get you the result that you want.
Right. Exactly. And that's what I learned, that like thank God at that first time and didn't have to like go through that a lot and then figure it out.
A lot of people go through that for years in the same relationship.
Man.
You know?
Oh, absolutely. You know, absolutely.
Because it's a hard conversation to have. Like, hey, you don't want to feel the controlling boyfriend, like telling your person what to do. But also, it's really affecting you. So you're torn both ways, and it piles up over time.
It does, and like I said, it never comes out right.
Yeah,
and that sort of relationship, even if you do get like end up getting back together with that kind of sort of thing, like it'll never work.
Yeah,
you know, it always will end at some point. Like you're never gonna end up with that girl.
I agree.
A question I thought about the other week was not for me personally, but if you were to offered by an OnlyFans girl, right, to jump in the video, you were single, jump in the video, and just sling some dick.
100%.
What's your dollar price?
Oh shit! I was gonna do it for free.
I'm in,
dude. I'll just be into that.
Just tag me, you know.
That was last Tuesday.
Yeah. Shit. I mean, oh wow. I don't know if she's offering anything. I would probably take whatever she was offering. Because, like I said, I wouldn't even. I was just happy to be involved.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah, and maybe at that
bring
point,
her dinner. Or
if I was in it, and if hers was good,
like
if hers was like getting a lot of flavor. I would probably start mine.
Yeah,
right.
And piggyback off of it.
Be a promo.
Right, and then piggyback off any action from that section. Yeah. So, but I've always wanted to do it, honestly, to be honest. I've always
What's
wanted
stopping
to do
you,
it.
honestly?
I mean, I guess really nothing by myself. I mean, maybe my job. I don't really know.
They probably don't care.
Take the face out. No face.
I don't, but I feel like I
don't
have to do face, but I got tattoos that you would.
You might as well use the face. Though,
I know. At that point, like I feel like you'd have to use the face. I would use the face just for like I would think you would make more money maybe with the face.
Yeah. People want the face.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, honestly, it would be like it's usually like for like if I did it myself, like it'd probably be hard for just to like get like women to just come on with me and let me have sex with them on camera.
Probably not, dude. I feel like it wouldn't be that hard.
It would probably.
You don't have a hard time getting women to have sex with you off camera, without money. If you were like, hey, for $100, I got a lot of clout.
See do I now pay them $100? Now they're prostitutes, so
you bring
It's a partnership, dude. It's a partnership. Come on, bro. Why do you got to use the other P word that makes it bad? It's we're going into business together, man.
Yeah, see, I never really thought that I would ever have an opportunity to ask.
If you want, I'll manage your page. I'll manage you.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I could get, I don't know if I get them. I was thinking it would be like a solo thing where I'm just on there, like,
beating off.
I mean, I think wouldn't I be? I don't know. What would you do?
You can definitely make a solo thing work.
I have a friend who has purchased, who is a gay man, and he has purchased.
Yeah,
men's OnlyFans. I would have to. It's 100% thing. It's a lucrative thing.
But would you push the audience towards gay men or towards?
Well, that's what I'm saying. It would have to be gay men. Yeah, it would have to be gay men.
And there's no complex there.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not.
Wants to enjoy it.
Then could we do that if we're not? I mean, if we're okay with gay men.
Well, I don't think you can strictly make your audience only men.
No, you wouldn't be able to do it. But
I'm saying if the audience turns to more men than women, you know how like on TikTok we can look and it's like 60% dudes, 40% girls.
Yeah.
Imagine if I'm sure OnlyFans does
I'm
the
sure
same
they
thing.
might have some too.
If it was like 90% dudes and 10% girls.
So with tailoring the two, so say it goes to gay men, do you start changing your content up a little bit?
I would say more jerking off and more penis. I mean, what else would I have?
Maybe more butt stuff.
Yeah, but what else would I be doing on there anyway?
You gotta ask the fans.
Yeah,
like, hey, what do you guys want to see, man?
Like, if you weren't,
should I bleach my butthole or no?
Like if you weren't like a homosexual man, like watching me for some reason, which like
Are you staring into the camera? Are you staring?
Eye contact? Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, but like if you like that, like. That would be the greatest thing. Like if I did it and like I just had a great reception from homosexual men to watch me
beat off.
Yeah, like that would be like the best day ever because I'd be making a ton of money.
Absolutely.
And thanks for that.
Yeah, and positive affirmations.
But if I wasn't jerking off for gay men on the internet, what the fuck else would I be doing on there? Like gardening or something? Like what do you want me to do?
Making cocktails naked, dinner? But just with an apron on?
Yeah, what I doing day-to-day stuff naked? I mean, who the hell wanted to buy that? I mean, I could put that on there. That'd probably be the easiest way to shoot content.
Yeah.
That'd be good.
But who the fuck would want to see that?
A month in, Reed's putting pay-per-view pictures of. Do you want?
I also think though with
that,
that, like just me starting a fucking OnlyFans, just anybody who knows me maybe even would just buy it to see what the fuck I was doing.
In a completely straight way, I'd probably buy it.
Just to see what the fuck I was doing. I think you have to.
So
I mean, I would do that for somebody. Any of my friends who did one, I would just. I mean, even any of the girls downtown, I bought them just to see, like, just if only just to support.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up because I did a poll earlier on Instagram and asked people, that we're going to have you on and what questions would like to hear. And one of those questions was, how many OnlyFans pages do you subscribe to?
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, well,
double digits?
Nothing really now, but like back when I had it, like
in your prime.
In my prime, like I had like 90 something.
Holy shit, bro! At a minimum of $1 each, right?
Well, most of them are free. Like,
oh, okay. I didn't realize that was a thing.
Yeah, it's a thing. Like, they're not really interesting, but like,
okay,
like as far as anyone, as far as people I knew,
yeah,
probably had like 30 people I knew.
What's the most you paid?
I once I paid. Okay, so my brother sent me this one, and I paid $45 for one.
Is it like just a subscription?
That was a subscription.
Okay.
Yeah, as far, like because they have it.
You get to FaceTime with her or what for $45?
It was this girl. She has the exact same name as T, and exact same name, and she's from Lauderdale. And
what?
She's like a smoke, dude. Fucking nuts.
That's funny.
And we just had
Small
that.
world.
Like, yeah, dude. And she's a fucking
All right, cool.
Yeah,
like
so we had to like see what that one was about.
That was a great
I think Selecta Steve was one of the guesses of who said that.
Yeah.
Selecta Steve, I said, what should we ask him? He just said, not to come. Chris McDevitt asked, why was the last one deleted? I'll clarify that one. Not for any reason in particular. It's not like Reed said something so outrageous that we couldn't air
That's what
it.
people thought that, though. People were thinking that.
I want to let them think that a little bit.
Yeah.
But
that was a rumor?
That was a rumor.
It's a good rumor.
Why'd you say such terrible things that they couldn't release it?
Yeah, it was so cancelable that we had to literally cancel it.
Wow.
Not the case, though. I just fucked up and deleted the files, and then there was no recovering them. As hard as I tried, there was no recovering them.
The day Pete texted me too, he gave me such blue balls. He texted me like, "Oh my god, bro, just deleted 3 episodes." And I was like, "Fuck, all right."
It wasn't just your episode. It was 3 fucking episodes.
Wait, other people?
Yeah.
No.
I should roll back. Wow. That's fucking weird.
Yeah, that really steamed him up.
Would that not have been the perfect response?
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Right.
Like, you might have been freaking out at that point. Like, oh, no,
exactly.
Yeah.
I would have been really thinking, is he pissed or like
ruined your whole
joke,
fucking weekend, dude.
And then he texted me back too.
Even Joe, like I was afraid to talk to Joe after that. I was like, dude, like Joe, like she was kind of, I felt like she was ignoring me, and like so I was like, oh no, the whole family, the whole household is pissed.
You should have told her the first thing to say to him is that's fucking weird.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Just like totally snub me.
Yeah,
like, oh my god. Oh my god.
So I'm not gonna read Tyler's out loud, but shout out Tyler for submitting this question.
Can you read it and then we'll bleep it?
Can I see it?
How have you had?
Oh Jesus Christ.
We'll bleep that. Shout out Tyler, dude.
Oh my god.
We're gonna bring him on the podcast with you as the guest.
Yeah. I'll just show up midway through.
If he said,
hey, daddy.
I'll be like, oh, it's time to fucking.
Is there any validity to that? Why is he asking that?
Validity to that.
Okay. But we don't have to answer it.
We're gonna bleep it and people are gonna ask you, what the fuck did he ask?
What the fuck was that?
That'd be actually great.
Joke's on you guys. Now we gotta delete the whole episode again.
Yeah. Back to the restaurant. You had mentioned before, like, you've set up some relationships that are not marriages, and I'm not talking about those specifically, but say you have a girl working at your bar and she's married, and she's crossing that line of flirtation. You just letting that rip, or are you gonna say something?
Oh, will I say something to her? No. I mean, like, oh wait, because I know the guy.
You know the guy.
Oh, I know the guy.
Yeah.
Man, if she's gonna be that bold,
that makes it tough.
If she's gonna be that bold though to do that, like in front of people that guy knows, I mean, I'd let her just fucking fly because she's gonna ultimately.
She's gonna get herself.
It's gonna get ruined. Yeah, I don't need to step in and do that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you're not sending him a text that night like, yo, bro,
no, I mean, well, if he was,
I think it depends on the circle.
Right.
If it's one of your close boys, you're probably giving them the heads up.
Right. Yeah. And there is like a line too with our industry, of course, like.
What is that line? Going home with the dude?
Yeah, I think as long as like there's no bodily fluids exchanged, then that's the line.
At the bar, there's no bodily like if
at any point in time, I guess.
Yeah, but at the bar, of course, like, but if
you're changing bodily fluids at the bar, you're not trying to hide it from anybody.
That's true.
Yeah, I think until bodily fluids are exchanged in our industry, I mean, it's all just kind of a big sort of act in a way. Sometimes, with the girls, I mean, it's like it's a formula for success.
Okay,
it's part of the formula. You know? And if you're going to be in this industry and you're a woman. And you're good at what you do. I mean, they know how to manage themselves. Like they don't put themselves in situations that get uncomfortable. And if they do, they can rely on, if I, as speaking to our company, like you can call on people like myself and Tyler or anybody like that, if to get them out of a situation. I mean, there are situations where guys will ask them for drinks to go get a drink after work. And they might be a big spender or something like that, and I will opt, or any of us will opt to go with them, or at least send another girl with them. Never by themselves, because it's usually getting a late night drink spot is like a Monroe's or a Rachel's kind of thing, and like Strip by that point, like those guys too have been drinking forever, so you don't want anything like to imply anything different. So we'll always be there, or she'll always have somebody there with her to make it happen. So there will be there's no no strangeness really there.
Do you think that's kind of the standard in the industry across the line, though, the line you just said, or do you think the line changes for every single person?
I think the line changes for person, I know, but I think that's got. I mean, I don't think there's really any argument with it that it should go any. I mean, if you got a boyfriend or a husband, and the guy's like, yeah, cool, you can go give some guy a blowjob or something behind the fucking building because he's going to tip you $500. I mean, I think the bodily fluids exchanges has got to be the line no matter what. I don't think anyone. Yeah, it'd be strange to see. That'd be a fucking.
I think that's a pretty universal.
Yeah, that'd be a fucking.
And obviously, there's exceptions where there's going to be some guy that's like, oh, you should never even have given him your number, even if no fluids were exchanged.
Yeah.
And there's going to be some guy where like.
Yeah, that's
maybe there's an extreme scenario where you can exchange fluids and it's still okay.
I know. That's right.
They all exist.
They all exist, and all that stuff happens.
But I think that's a good benchmark.
I mean, like until that, I mean, there's a way. And like I said, these girls are smart, and there's a way to make themselves feel like they're available to people. And
there's an art to it. Like
it's an art. It really is a fucking art.
And at the end of the day, like from a guy's perspective, if you're in a relationship with one of those girls. Like you said, the girl knows what they're doing. You know? So like if they are crossing those lines, it's not because they have to, because it's their job to cross that line. Because like you said, I mean, there's a line that you can still do your job and be good at it and make the person feel like they're getting taken care of without having to exchange bodily fluids.
Of course.
But if they are crossing that line, it's because they want to, not because their job is forcing them to.
Of course, yeah. And we would probably even advise, not to not do stuff like that, right. Because that could get you into trouble.
If you were to have,
and it also ends your relationship, like what you're saying, like with them giving them just enough attention to keep them coming back, then they keep
at that point
back.
They're just doing their job,
right? If they ultimately get what they really ever wanted,
that's a different story.
You're probably not gonna, might not see them again.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah, I mean,
you're trying to keep them on the hook.
Yeah, if they're on the hook, I mean, that's just the science of the whole thing. Sometimes, in that industry, and especially with women, I mean, there's not really any guys that are do that. Rarely is that a fucking thing that you can keep a woman on the hook somehow coming back in hopes that one day she can fuck you. That's not really, I don't think that really happens.
God bless that guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, fuck, power to that guy. But I mean, it's with women in this industry, and they get objectified, but the strong ones and the ones who really, want to either make this a career or just recognize that they have maybe 5 or 6, 7, 8 years in this business to really stack their money up in an easy money kind of situation, then hey, they recognize that they get objectified, but use that to their favor and don't let it take it personally in that way. You can't take anything personally in our industry. Because,
and really any industry, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, really. I mean, hey, absolutely. You won't be successful if you're taking shit personally.
Correct.
And you got, we deal with a lot of drunk people and a lot of regular people, and we see the same people all the fucking time in this town. And you'll have a person that's fucking fantastic, and one night that they get too drunk and they get something tweaks them and they fuck up and. We either have to put them in check or somebody else, somebody else, and they act like an asshole, no big fucking deal, hopefully that they didn't do anything really to damage their reputation or damage their, reputation with us as a business, we're to the point where they can't come back because that's happened too.
Right.
But we don't hold grudges against people like that. Fuck, dude, everyone drinks. They're all out there to have a good fucking time. Shit happens. We've all been through it. They're younger people, they're going through their fucking lives. And that shit happens.
Yeah,
so we keep on rolling, you know?
That's fact.
Yeah.
And you know, 9 times out of 10, they'll come back and they'll apologize. They'll call us. They'll say something, and it's all good. You know, you can't hold grudges. Yeah, there's no grudges to be held in this industry and like that. Yeah.
Because if you hold that negative energy in hospitality, you'll get fucked.
Bro, 100%.
You'll end up being pissed off. I feel like
you'll be pissed off your whole life.
You got to know you're in this business to serve people alcohol and deal with drunk people. Right. If you get pissed off by every drunk person that acts like an idiot, you're gonna be pissed off every day.
100%. Yeah, we're giving them this fucking like, you know, this drug that like can turn you into a super happy person or a super asshole negative person, you know,
can't be surprised
and shit can change like that.
Right.
Yeah, so like if you hold,
I think that's well said, dude. That's fair.
if you hold grudges, like you're gonna be upset, you're gonna hate what you're doing, and that's gonna ultimately reflect, especially in this town. Like people pick up on so much energies in this town, man. Like that, like if you're displaying that kind of energy, like if you have a negative energy, like you don't like your job, you don't like where you're at. Anybody that's coming into that job that is going to pick up on all that too. Like that's why if you have girls like behind the bar, anybody working, you know, and they're not enjoying what they do, and they're not enjoying the job. Fuck, man, that's so easily conveyed to the guest, and then that's
even to the other staff. It's contagious. You know, contagious.
It's a poison. Absolutely, I'd say it's a poison. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So if I were to set up secret cameras and say in your whole business there's 10 people in relationships, and in those secret cameras I sat down all their partners in a room and it filmed the night.
Yeah.
What % of those 10 do you think would have been pissed off after that night?
I don't think any of in ours. I think that like, you know, we make that clear like kind of in the beginning, like when they're hired, you know, to
handle their shit.
Yeah, just like if you have a boyfriend, like you know, how does he feel about you doing this? Like, we ask about that, you know, just to kind of gauge like what the reaction really is going to be. No, I don't think that anything that any of those girls are doing, you know, would come back negatively on them if they were being watched by anybody else like that. Yeah.
But I also want to say, like, I feel like it's a tight enough niche staff where, like, they feel comfortable with you also. And, I mean, I'm only speaking of this because, like, I know most of them personally.
Yeah.
But, like, if any of them had, like, a real issue with something that was going on, like, they would just come to one of you guys and you guys would handle it.
Absolutely. And that's what's great about our staff and just our, you know, in all our spots really is that's the main goal is to find a staff that works. You know.
Have to have a staff that feels comfortable that's working for you because otherwise they're not going to work efficiently or ideally. Right?
Yeah, we try to get them like anybody on staff who's not really out there just for like the paycheck and who likes to, you know, since we're a growing company, like, you know, we want people to grow with us and we want to have people find people who, you know, want to like, you know, further our pretty much mission statement or anything in the company. Right. And so, so if they're there, you know, if they want to grow and they want to do their thing with us, like we like that. And we want, you know, people to get along and we like that. And all our staffs are like little families.
Yeah. That's something that I love about the Stanton Bowery Hospitality Group and the way they've kind of operated since I've been involved with 123. Mm-hmm. But what's the reason for that? You know, why would you rather promote from within rather than hire someone from outside who might be more qualified but has never worked with your group? Well,
yeah, that's the reason because if they've worked with us, then they understand what
culture.
We like. Yeah, our whole thing is based off culture, and if they understand that culture and what we look for. And it's a different formula than what other people think. Like there's nobody in this town that knows our formula.
Yeah.
And which is, you know.
So you'd rather teach someone with no experience what the formula that you're doing
is, if they've
change someone else's mindset.
Exactly. If they've worked with us and they see how, you know, they've been working with us for a couple of years and they want to move up, you know, we want to bring somebody to management, I can teach them how to do management operations. So that's a piece of cake. Yeah. Anyone can learn how to do something. Mm-hmm. But you can't teach somebody how to maintain a culture or change their personality, you know, like that. So, you know, they are who they're going to be, you know, and if they're
it's also hard to like unlearn something too. If you've been somewhere else for 10 years, you know, but 100%. You were learning the wrong things. It's
if you've been taught one way and now you're going to 180 it this way or something like that. I mean, you know, our town is a very specific town. There's no, you know, this is you know, Palm Beach is the second richest zip code in the country. Yeah. And, you know, you have that people who have grown up there or, you know, or from there or even just moved there and been exposed to that society. And then now, you know, now they adapt it to that, you know, that's a very strange, it's a different way to live, you know, and I'm fortunate to have grown up in that and like seen that and can bring that into this industry. You know, most everybody I grew up with didn't end up in hospitality, you know, they did certain things that way, but I fell into this and I really like this. And so I kind of can bridge that gap from like, you know, a West Palm town or something like that to this kind of like elitist, you know, thinking crowd from Palm Beach that wants to come and bring them over to West Palm, which nobody really ever wants to do, and keep them interested in a spot that's been open now 5 years, and we continue to keep them interested and keep them happy, and they're excited, and I love that, and we're super humbled that we have that with them, and especially with Kachina too, like being as iconic as it is, and to have that in the company now too, like. I mean, that's huge for us, and to have that sharing, like, because I mean, they don't really go anywhere else. They go to our spots, which is like amazing, And you got Kachina, and then you come to 4, or you're at 1, 2, 3.
You almost have a monopoly on the nightlife.
For real, and we're very fortunate to have that. And there's a really easy formula for it, and I'm not going to say it.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect you to.
I'm not going to say it, but it's so easy, and I'll tell you that nobody else in this town.
But I mean, I also it's easy once you know what the formula is, but it's not easy to figure out what the formula is. I think that comes from all the reps that you have, and everyone that in this restaurant group has. They have years of experience and years of learning from throwing parties like this and understanding what worked and what didn't, and taking notes from that. I just think this group in general has like the right mentality going into hospitality, where you try things, you're not afraid to be crazy and do dope shit, but when something doesn't work or when something does work, you take notes from that and you double down on the stuff that does work.
Absolutely,
and I just think you guys are like a perfect example of something 100%. That does that great.
And that stems from like the ownership of the company, like when they brought the idea down to West Palm with 1, 2, 3, coming from Manhattan, and they were like, put people like you and myself and Ryan Coda and Tyler in charge, and they were like, they recognized that what works in New York doesn't work in Palm Beach,
right?
And we're like, you guys know, you're from here, you know what to do, like you guys do it then. And
that's such a good point, dude, because I remember like when they brought the 1, 2, 3 concept down here, which was based off 310 Bowery.
Yep.
At 310 Bowery, they had these huge like beer bins, which were like giant like speed wells almost for beer, where they could hold like 5 cases of each beer in each section. And at first, we installed those at 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, I remember
because
that.
That's what they had at 310.
Sure.
And that's what they were selling a shitload of, was bottled beer at 310. Yep. But then when we did 1, 2, 3 down here, which was almost the same concept, and modeled the exact same way, but everyone wants Tito soda.
Sure.
So we've got like fucking 3 beer bins full of 20, 50 cases of beer.
They're just sitting there.
We're selling like 1 case of bottled beer a night,
right?
You know? But that's the other great thing, which is different from I think many restaurant groups, is the ownership kind of recognized and like listened to what we were saying and like, look, we're wasting all this space with fucking all these cases of beer that we're not selling. If we could fill this entire thing with Tito's, that'd be better off than bottles of beer, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
And sure enough, those changes happened, you know? And same with like the POS systems and the glassware and everything. And I think that's a big part of, I mean, not only the restaurant business, but business in general, is being able to listen to people, like the people that are on the ground doing the work every day. What's going to make us more efficient? What's going to make a difference? And actually taking that information with a grain of salt and potentially applying it.
100%. And just like, exactly. I think that, and I'm so grateful that they let us do that. And I think that they can't be more happy with the result of doing that, you know? And 1, 2, 3, like, I think 1, 2, 3 is really kind of paving the way for the company.
Absolutely.
For expansion, you know, because of just how like we were able to create this culture in this town and really make it a real profitable place for that and continue to keep doing it, you know. And then even with the Instagram shit too, I mean, like, fuck, dude, like they let me take over the Instagram, and you know, because like I never understood why fucking establishments like hospitality places like so fucking boring on Instagram, like any social media was so fucking boring for that shit. And I'm like, dude, like give it, like they outsource it to some random company that's never even fucking been on site, and they just send photos and they just, post the same shit. It's so boring. Yeah. And I'm like, just give it to me. Like, I'm there 5-6 days a week. Like, I'll just take over it. And they did. And I just started to post like almost. I actually deleted mine.
You didn't even have an Instagram.
I didn't have it. Yeah, I deleted mine and like literally ran that like as my own.
If you wanted to contact Reed on Instagram, it was the 1, 2, 3 deterrent. I'm dead serious.
Yeah, like that went to a point where like, because then with mine I like. I'll do mine for a while, and then like there'll be like a time where I'll get in this like weird slump or something, and like people are like, "Oh, this is stupid," and I'm like, "Yeah, fuck, I fucking hate what I'm posting right now. It's not fucking funny. Like, nothing's fucking happening," and I'll fucking delete it, and I'll just be like done with it. And then at that time, like I had just gotten the 1, 2, 3, so I was at that point with my own. And I was like, "Oh, this is fucking lame." I don't know. Somebody said it was lame, and I was like, "Yeah, it's fucking lame." Like just deactivated it for like a year, then I just took it away. I was like, "Ah, fuck it." And then just focus it all on the Datura one. And then like, yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, that's, a little piece of the formula is, we put with the social media is huge right now. And it's all Instagram and everybody's on Instagram. It's easily accessible. And I'm always, telling these, I was always saying like, give it to somebody who's there. Don't outsource it and pay money for somebody else who's going to post stock photos. Who gives a shit?
Doesn't make any sense.
No one gives a shit about that. Give it to somebody who's there on site all the fucking time, who's posting exactly what's happening. Treat it like a personal Instagram of one of your friends, and that's what we did.
And naturally, it'll be more personal, all the regulars that go there know how funny the shit you're posting is because they can relate to the shit you're posting.
Yeah, and then they want to be, they want to be on it. They're like, I want to take my fucking picture. Let me put
right,
me
you
on
can
that.
tell even when you see the videos posted from the story. There's people showing up there that want to be on the video. They're waiting for you to pull the camera out and go like this. Yeah, because they were ready for their moment. I was getting
people who just were like, I need to be on it. Like I want to be on it so bad. And then with the hats going out of that same time too about that, like we were heavy on the hats at that time, so it was like everyone had to be photographed in the hat. They wanted to send a photo of the hats. I mean, shit, dude.
Talk to us about that for a second because it's something that we've even done our own merch lines once or twice, and personally for like the tattoo brand, I've done my own merch line once or twice, and like it's something that I always kind of go back to is the way that 123's merch line is now, and the way that it started. In the beginning stages, we gave away a ton of shirts and hats. Yeah. And even still, I'm sure you probably give away a ton of shirts and hats. Yeah. But also, at the same time, you can't go to like an LA Fitness around town without seeing a 123 Deterra shirt or hat. Yeah. I mean, and that's fucking huge. Huge. That must feel pretty good.
It's so cool to see that, too.
And I might have just answered the question for you before even asking the question, but like, what do you attribute the 123 merch line being so successful to?
Yeah, I think it's like, honestly, still like, I'd like to say it's the bar, and they have so much fun at the bar. I think that's what it is. I mean, and everyone who's in there is treated, very nicely, and especially if they're psyched about it. Like we get psyched with them when they just want to rep the brand. Yeah, and they want to rep the brand, and the fact that Rick and they decided to put it on that ahead, dad hat kind of thing, and that was like kind of right when like dad hats were kind of like a thing. Totally. So I don't even know if he thought so much that this is what I'm going to do, or if it was just like maybe a cheap option or something to do. Yeah. And it was a good quality. It's a good quality hat. Absolutely. And you throw it. It can be bent and push it. You don't have to take care of it. It's fucking just survives. Yeah. Fucking survives.
I also think there was some value though, in like in the early days, they were so okay with us just giving away like a whole box of hats, a whole box of shirts, and then everyone else around town that loves 123 sees a couple people walking around in 123 shirts and hats, and it creates almost like that demand where like, fuck, I want one.
Yeah, dude. And that's exactly what it is. Even people who came a couple times weren't really so super thrilled, but just knew that they had to fucking have a 123 hat. Right. And and we get people now like right now we just ran out. Like I got 1,500 hats like last month, and they were gone in 10 days.
Wow.
Holy shit.
Yeah. And it's like,
what's the math on that? 150 hats a day?
It was fucking bananas. Yeah.
150 hats a day.
We have to hide like a few boxes for because we'll run out, and then like we get them it's a random thing when we get them, like we get such a great deal with them because we've been using them for a long time. Yeah. That they kind of just send us hats when we say, okay, send some now. Yeah. Right. And it's like whenever they're available, we don't have really a priority or something with that company or something like that. So
I order my shirts through the 123 shirt guy.
Oh, do you?
Because of the one
they're great shirts. Guy, yeah. So like they show up kind of randomly and whenever. So but yeah, when they're here, they're fucking gone. So we have to we take a couple boxes and like put them to the side because when they run out, then everyone's like, oh, I didn't get one. I was like, okay, like I'll get you one.
That's like the goal.
Tyler's trunk is like full of fucking hats.
Create demand. That's how you know it's working.
True. And I really the hats thing is incredible. Like that was like one of that was the greatest thing. Other than I think the Instagram the Instagram helped us incredibly, and people fucking loved it. And now you see other fucking hospitality companies or
having
restaurants,
a personal page,
bro. They do it exactly how we do it, and I never have seen anything like that. Yeah. I've never seen an Instagram like ours as a business, like when we did it, and you see it all over the place now. Yep. And I've been told too that like people
You're
will
a pioneer, Reed.
Hey,
you go to who 123's following, and it's just like a bunch of OnlyFans girls. If you were to take $1 million for every inch you took off your dick, how many inches you taking, Reed?
Wait, $1 million for each inch?
For each inch. Yeah. How much you taking off?
And are we talking about like the growing phase or the showing phase?
Full boner.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Full boner. Okay.
Yeah, please, thanks. Yeah, otherwise it'd be fucked. I'd take 2.
2?
I think I'd be comfortable with 2. I think the reason why I'm saying this because I would hope then I'd take the 2 and then I'd be in this kind of like just everybody kind of
average
range.
area.
Yeah.
But I would rely on my personality then to make up for the lost 2
I think you're right in the perfect area.
Yeah.
Give me $2 million. Who the fuck is not going to want to hang out with me? I got $2 million. Okay,
Yeah.
And I got a good personality.
Yes.
And I got some girth left.
That's a good one. Okay, so Fergie, you've got like a real interesting Instagram page, and I don't mean that like with any shade. Like
absolutely not.
It's an incredible Instagram page, like Dan Bilzerian almost, where it's
Put a
like you
lot of
look at
thought
it and you're
into it.
confused, like what?
Like
Does
he
this
definitely
guy
has an
have going
OnlyFans.
on?
He definitely has an OnlyFans.
You would expect it, right?
Link in bio. I'm going.
Yeah.
So what we're gonna do right now is I want to show you some pictures that I've screenshotted from your Instagram page.
Can you put these on the screen?
I'm gonna put them on the screen so everyone can see
so
them.
cool.
Of course, yeah. I'm gonna put them on the
That's
screen.
great technology.
And I just want you to give us some context of like why, how you found yourself in these scenarios.
Yeah, right.
Because I think we all want to know. So yeah, tell us what was going on here. It looks like you got some tortellini in your hand or something.
Yeah. So actually, that's Frosted Flakes. But
oh, even better.
That's good.
Even better.
Yep.
Yeah. So that photo that was taken during heavy quarantine times back in the COVID shit. That's at a very prominent, high level, top tier diamond dealer guy's apartment. Like one of the probably top 3 most important people in this hemisphere. And another hemisphere, maybe too.
Yeah.
Yeah, few hemispheres.
Definitely. Based on the accent, most likely another
few
hemisphere.
He's top king of hemispheres. Yeah. So anyway, so he was hosting these parties, like, because with they turn stuff, like we had to close at midnight. With the COVID regulations and shit like that, but like we were getting these like kick-ass parties even till midnight. We were selling that.
People wanted to rip it,
right? Yeah. People wanted to rip it, dude. Yeah. Like they were like being told they couldn't rip it, and then we were like, no, you can rip it.
I know a guy.
Yeah, come on, rip it.
Yeah.
So they ripped it with us, and like I think it was around the time where we could only really sell tables at the time, so we were selling like any fucking thing we could have as a table.
Which is so funny because it's like, you're not allowed to rip it at the bar, but if you want to go extra hard and buy an entire bottle, you're allowed to
have 10 people at your table. Like, gives a shit. So they were doing that, but at midnight we had to hard cut the shit down. So, but at that point we were like, we were working until 4 a.m. before that, this COVID stuff.
Right.
And now
let's keep the party going.
Now we're ending it at midnight. And we're still making kick-ass money. Like, let's go fucking party.
Yeah.
So he had the penthouse in the 2 City Plaza. And so we would, invite everybody over there, and they had very strict regulations at 2 City Plaza.
Yeah, like, it's a tough building.
It was, I think you had no guests.
You can't just walk through the front door.
Yeah, it's a fortress of a building,
especially during COVID.
Yeah, especially
DoorDash.
Yeah, especially that. So I almost said his name.
I know. I keep wanting to do it. I keep wanting to do it.
So this very important man. He drives a BMW convertible, a tiny one.
What's the license plate number?
The Z4. It's a word. The white Z4 convertible that he drives. So you couldn't get into the apartment building because weren't allowed guests, and so he would smuggle maybe 25 people in.
A Z4 is a 2-seater, right?
Z4 is a 2-seater strictly with
BMW.
a fucking tiny.
So
the
he
Z4 could
just
fit in his
circles?
room. We would park on the street in front of his building. He would literally shuttle us into the building. So one person he would put the front passenger seat straight down, cover us in a sheet, and then whoever he could fit there, usually about two or three girls maybe in the front, cover him in a sheet, and then put somebody in the trunk. There was this one guy that sat at the head of the gate. It was some guy, just whatever. He knew the guy, and he'd wave at him, and we'd go up. And the bizarre thing is that this happened 6 or 7 times in 45 minutes. So it's like, why is this guy leaving and coming back? And the guy didn't give a shit. Never said anything.
No fucks.
Like, whatever. So yeah, that was how we got in. We'd have to get in the trunk of his car and put a couple of people in the front, and it's like a fucking Z4 convertible.
So you're fitting in a Z4 trunk?
I was in the
yeah. Were you like a sheet guy? Or
I was a sheet guy because I couldn't fit in the trunk.
Yeah.
And I remember when I went in there, it would be me and then Chris in the trunk. And we'd go in there, and that's how he got us all in. So we'd all get in there, and it would just be a party in his apartment till 5, 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
And we were loud because anybody who wanted to smoke a cigarette had to go outside. And he was like, he was not first floor, but he was like, that way that building is, like, there's a pool area in the middle. So it's like, he was on the 4th floor or something like that, and then that's the access to the pool area on the 4th floor. Yeah. And then the building goes up all around it. So it's like, we're on this kind of like first floor-ish kind of thing. talking, and we're playing music and whatever, and like kind of being loud in a way because it echoes straight up to all these buildings. So I mean, the guy. So we did that for a few weeks. Had those parties and so this the
how'd you end up in the fucking
bathtub?
I
got off track. The bathtub is where we need to be.
Dancing around the story.
The bathtub.
How'd you get in the bathtub,
So
Reed?
the bathtub.
And are you all three of you naked?
Yeah.
Okay, just
so the bathtub. I think. Oh, you know what it was? Okay, this is what it was. So I had deleted my Instagram, like I previously said. I'd taken away my Instagram to do the Datura one. I just wasn't happy with what my Instagram was doing before that.
The content wasn't up
to
par.
my content wasn't up to par. I was getting some shit, and I was like, fuck this. Like, this is crap. So I deleted that. I wanted to bring it back post-COVID.
You're like, I gotta come back with the
and I have to come back
post.
strong. And Jonathan Dewar, like, is regarded as a very important person. He's a
shout out Jonathan Dewar,
upstanding,
17,
a very upstanding gentleman in town. Only consorts with the highest of the upper echelon.
He's a socialite.
People. He's a
socialite.
He's Paris Hilton in Palm Beach.
Yeah.
He's gonna love that whole segment.
Yeah, he will love that.
We're gonna clip that. And
I needed to have a photo with him.
Paris Hilton
to come back.
Yeah.
I need a photo of Paris Hilton to come back on my Instagram story. Okay.
Did you let him know this straight up?
Yeah, I told him because I needed it to be like I needed to have the photo because I had a dream about this photo. I was like, fuck. I woke up in the middle of the night. I was like, that's how I'm coming back. And the photo was
full boner. I wake up 2 a.m. in the morning.
That's how I had to come back. I was like, the photo in my dream is me and him in a bathtub because he's very careful about his image because whatever he's fucking selling 2-bedroom studios or something in fucking Lake Worth. I don't know what he's doing, but he's got to keep like a fucking persona for that. So I'm like, this will fucking break him out of the box and just make me come back strong. So I was like, gotta take this photo of me in the fucking tub, and I was like, it has to be done now. I was there. I was like, this got to be done now. Oh shit!
We'll bleep it. I'll bleep it.
That's his name. Anyway, so in his apartment, he had.
You're kidding me.
All he had to drink was fucking.
This is who that
Johnny
is?
Walker Black?
Yeah, Johnny Walker Black. In like handles and cereal. And I'm like, cool. And I'm like, there's really nothing. And like, I started drinking Johnny Walker Black like him. Yeah. And I was like, it's pretty good. It was fine. I was mixing with water.
It's great.
No big deal.
It's great.
So like, we had the handle of Johnny Walker. We're in the tub. I was like, got this photo, dude. Like, we're all fucking nuts. And I got to get the photo.
That's so
and
funny.
Dewar agreed to the
it?
photo at the time. And so I got in there, and he's in there, and like I was like, and for some reason in the dream too, I was eating cereal, and he had the cereal, and I was like, fuck, I got to do it with the cereal. I got to be like, my dream is me offering Dewar some cereal naked in a hot tub or in a tub with some bubbles.
Oh like, my God.
That's the photo of my dream.
Did you see his hand?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we took the photo. There's a photo of just me and him.
Looks mad happy.
I think when
I've got like 5 of these.
Yeah.
Different settings, different people.
So I think when I came back, that one right there with him with the kid. with the guy with the important man in the photo. That was the second one I posted. I think when I did come back, like when the Instagram was just me and Dewar, me feeding him cereal, in the tub
great,
naked.
Dude.
So that was like, yeah. So I just had to it had to be done. And then the owner of the apartment there, you'll see who.
Wow.
The owner of the apartment there.
He wanted to get in on the photo too, which of course
we're gonna get him on here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna convince him.
Absolutely.
We'll get him on here.
And so we had to get that photo. So we took all those photos, and that was it.
I'll throw this one up there just for the reason that I swiped to it while you're looking at it. There's many of the. There's like a whole series.
Yeah.
You've got a series of bathroom pictures.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, we
So
started.
we've got another one here. We won't ask you for the backstory. Just
that one didn't. That one didn't really have too much of one, just because after we took that one, like we were like, so it's got to be like a thing, like a series where we show up at your house. Yeah. And like whatever fucking time we want to, and we just call you, and we're like there, and we're out fucking front, and we know you have a tub.
Mm-hmm. Let me get
naked. Coming in, and we're gonna drink your booze, and we're gonna take it like a photo in your fucking tub.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna leave.
Yeah.
And it's called Thugs and Tubs.
We have to do. This is all in the dream.
We're just doing a quick drive-by. It's a drive-by, real quick.
Motherfucker had a wet dream in a tub with 2 guys. He said, I'm going to rip it
Thugs
tomorrow.
and Tubs.
We got to do a Millennial Mentality edition, dude.
Busting suds.
For sure. I mean, if you got a
podcasting
tub, we were telling people, like, hey, if you got
a record in the
that
tub.
was at a totally different apartment. That was another girl.
Yeah.
Like,
Right, I was going to say, this is not the same backdrop. It's closed, but it's not the same.
If you got a fucking tub, like, we're coming to the house. And we're taking a photo.
I got 3 dudes that want to get naked in your tub.
Yeah. Like, we're coming.
We're busting suds.
Get ready.
So you're a grower, not a shower, right? Are you waking them up a little bit before you're going into the tub with the guys, or is it full?
I don't really care.
No,
because you're with the dudes.
I'll say either way. I don't give a shit.
No, I'm not saying I'm flicking mine. No,
it just seemed like a loaded question.
No, I was not talking about me.
No?
Well,
listen.
All right, if you say so.
Sure.
So for our next Instagram post, we'll just skip over that one real quick, you know? We won't shine too much light on it.
Yeah.
What?
It's okay. So we have a different one. You're also naked in this one.
Oh, yeah, naturally.
Your asshole looks bleached.
My asshole's in that one?
Yeah, a little bit. It would have been.
What is this
Had
one?
you not doctored the photo.
Wow.
So,
what did I do?
We just kind of want to get an idea. What happened here?
Oh, man. Yeah, that one.
And does your butthole really look like that? Or did you do something to the photo?
Yeah, I had to because I didn't want to get deleted off the thing because it was such a great photo.
Right.
But, yeah, that was at the Ben. That
classy
was like
hotel, right?
Yeah, very classy. So that was like that was my first time staying there. I stayed there for like a staycation with the girl I was seeing. It was her birthday, and then like we like.
How far was this hotel from where you lived permanently?
I'd say maybe like 200 yards.
And so you decided to book a hotel room at this hotel across the street from where you lived.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck I did that. It was a thing that we did.
All right, I was just checking.
Yeah, and then like so like that was the next morning after like we were out, did the whole thing. Like we had a pool, I think at their pool like for her birthday, and then like went out, and that was the next morning. I was fucking just hung over, and I just love to lay down in showers like when I get hungover. Mm-hmm. Like it just feels good. It's like a rainforest or like a waterfall kind of thing.
Yeah, that's the vibe.
Yeah, and that one was cool, like because it had the rain shower kind of right above.
Yeah.
And then it was funny too because like after that, like I posted that, and I was like, this might, because the Ben was brand new at that point too. The Ben was brand new. And
was this on your personal page or the 123? I'm assuming it wasn't the 123
no,
page.
I could never get away with it.
You were like, I gotta bring back my personal page for this one.
That was personal.
Look at this Fossico. He was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
He's got the handheld
I was
out.
there for a while, and she woke up and she like took the photo of me. And
you were there for a while. This wasn't staged.
Nah, I was there for a little while. And
this was just organic.
Mm-hmm.
That's worth noting.
Yeah, and then that was when it just opened, and like I just like kind of recently met like the GM, that guy Bernardo, that guy
of the whole hotel.
Like, and then like so somebody. Then I went to like a month later or something. Like I went to like some event over there. Like it was a gallery thing, like in their downstairs, like kind of art. They do like events in the front like window there, kind of in that first floor kind of thing.
Sure.
And I was there for something, and it was like an art gallery thing. I don't know, whatever. And some girl who knew me, who I don't know if she worked there or she knew the guy Bernardo. She like had dinner with him or something the night before, like the night before that event, and was like, "This is the," and then brought me over to him. Was like, "This is the guy." She was like, I didn't even remember who this girl was. Like I was like, which is mostly in my life. Like I don't know who these fucking people are, but I just go with it. Whatever. I roll with it. And I did. I was rolling with this girl. Like I don't know who you are. And then she's like, "Oh, Bernardo," and I was like, "Oh shit, I know who that guy is." So she's like, bring him over. This is the guy that I was telling you about last night. This dinner. Like we were at this dinner party with a bunch of people, and like I brought this photo up and started showing those people at this party.
No way.
And he was like, what the fuck? And she's like, there's the guy from that photo in the shower.
His ass.
Yeah. And she's bringing the thing up on the phone too right there in this art gallery party and showing the GM of the building. And it was like, that's him. And I'm like, oh, fuck. Like,
beautiful.
I'm like,
beautiful take.
I'm like, yeah, we're in Datura down the road over here. You should come, like, let's work together. And he's like, yeah, like, I'm going to fucking work with your ass. Like,
work with your ass.
Yeah.
Like I'd work with that ass. He knew exactly what ass he was talking about. He pointed right at it when he said it.
He seemed to enjoy it though. He seemed to think that was pretty fun.
I wouldn't doubt it.
It's like
he did enjoy that.
The original.
Dinner and a show.
Yeah.
He did like it.
Let me get the original.
He did like it because they were tagged.
I was talking about my buddy, but I wanted to see it.
Yeah, the Ben's tagged in there, and they all saw. Apparently, like a lot of like the owners of like I think it's a Marriott hotel. Mm-hmm. Apparently, like they sent it to like a lot of people. Like that's what I was told by people who worked there, that like it like since it was tagged, like they could see like what's tagged and that's tagged in it.
Yeah,
so
good.
they're like, what the fuck? Like
as it should be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I enjoyed that.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna leave you guys with one brain blaster. All right, Pete and I know the answer to this.
Oh,
you
okay.
don't.
I don't.
Okay, what starts with an M and goes on forever? Oh no.
The Millennial Mentality Podcast.
No.
Yes, dude, that was a good answer. Correct. You nailed it. Thank you.
What starts with an M and it has an infinite amount of letters?
I don't know.
A mailbox.
God damn it.
Yeah, that's a good one.
You gave up so fast.
Yeah.
I was thinking of a word.
Yeah.
It was a word. It was, technically.
Yeah.
Ask that.
That was a word.
Well, guys,
what do you guys? What do you guys?
We didn't guess it. Just
what do they? What do you guys? What do we get paid for this?
What?
What do you guys pay for?
Nothing.
Nothing?
Yeah, this is just for fun.
I'll pay you in one bottle of Dom Perignon 6 months ago.
You mean
Jonathan Dewar said you paid him
to do the podcast?
Yeah, Jonathan Dewar said you paid him.
Yeah.
Hell no.
I'm not getting paid.
No chance. And John Dewar's a fucking liar.
Fuck that guy, dude.
John, I love you, man. I know you didn't say that. Reed likes to say things that stir the pot. We talked about that.
This is true.
13 minutes into the episode. I've got some more though. We'll probably.
What else we got?
Okay, that's right. You do have a call.
What? What else you got?
I don't know. I was just gonna start asking you crazy shit.
Ask me one crazy shit.
Would you rather be blind or dickless?
You've asked me.
I
don't
know. I'd probably be.
Did you instinctively?
Give me both.
Say both.
I almost said both. I almost said both. Dude, well, I don't. I'd be afraid of people putting something in my food.
If you were blind or dickless?
Yeah. Blind. Well, both.
All those people that you fucked with would just fuck with you back. You know, like there's no wall there. You're good.
I don't think I could be blind. I couldn't survive blind.
If you just had like a fire dick, maybe people wouldn't fuck with you because they'd be like, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
You know?
I'd probably get a wife.
And she'd watch out
for my food.
Are you
That's all I'm concerned about. I don't want people to put anything in my fucking food.
Would you rather go dickless or would you go vagina at that point? Would you make a vagina?
Have a vagina?
No.
If you had the option to be either just no dick and what, smooth?
Nothing smooth.
Oh, nothing.
Looks like a belly button.
I think you want a vagina.
Barbie doll?
Why not?
Or a vagina. Would you like a full blown vagina?
Oh, I'd love a vagina.
I mean, I'll take a pleasure center if I can.
Wait,
the option's no pleasure or pleasure.
Yeah, that's what you're asking me.
Give me the pleasure.
Yeah,
center.
no.
It's like, do you want to go to the Rapids or do you not want to go to the Rapids? Of course, I want to go to the fucking Rapids.
Oh my god, I'm envisioning it now. Well, guys, that is your finisher for tonight's episode with Reed Ferguson. Thank you guys for watching, listening, muted, subscribing. If you want to see Reed, go by 123.
Yeah, if you want to fucking meet me and see me. fucking see me.
Or you want to be on the Instagram.
Yeah, you want to be on the Instagram.
If you want to book a table, DM the Instagram.
Yes.
Or me.
Either his personal page
Don't
or the
call
business
Tyler.
page.
He doesn't want to be bothered with your shit.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for watching, listening, viewing, and subscribing. We'll see you guys next week. Peace.
That's so great.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. That was fun.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, I feel you.
Cry with me, yeah. Pour juice inside a soda, turn it over, watch it sing. Yeah. Sometimes it might be purple, sometimes it might be that pink. Probably roll that purple diesel, that shit Cuban like my links. But I really like that Cali, cause that shit don't make me trip. Rather flip a boat, nigga, I still serve a zip. I remember being broken, I was down bad on my dick. And she used to call me ugly, now let shawty let me hit. Wait, well maybe it's just bully, got a nigga confident. Remember all them dreams that I had when I was legit. They're like, yeah, I love the streets, but I'm still gon' go legit. Cause you know I need that German with that brand new fucking tip. Fell in love with them foreigns, watching a nigga Euro step. Got me feeling like I'm hardened, cause I'm plugged in with the ref. Like if you touch me wrong, you might get hit with this tech. Let them birds fly like a nigga causing rest. And I swear they broke my heart when I seen them. But that shit, it made me strong, now I'm right back on my best. Like bitches, leave me alone, why I get linked on this tech. Like little bitches, leave me alone, unless you gonna try that neck. Like little bitches, leave me alone, unless you talking about a check. Pour juice inside a soda, turn it over, watch it sing. Yeah, sometimes it might be purple, sometimes it might be that pink. Probably roll that purple diesel, that shit Cuban like my links. But I really like that Cali, cause that shit don't make me trip. Pour juice inside a soda, turn it over, watch it sing. Yeah, sometimes it might be purple, sometimes it might be that pink. Probably roll that purple diesel, that shit Cuban like my links. But I really like that Cali, cause that shit don't make me trip. Yeah.